Oh, your mic's not connected.
I was on mute. I'm so fucking dumb. That's
Bam, we're live.
I have myself muted.
Bam, we're live.
Bam, we're live. How come I see us on Twitch and I see us on YouTube and I see us on Twitter, but I don't see us on
this one.
edit? Oh, can I just add Facebook now? Just like fuck you, save.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go.
Wow, look, there we are.
There it is. And we're
Dude, Taylor, are you competing at Wodapalooza?
Yeah.
Why did you smirk like that? There's no official list out, is there?
There was a list put out by Morning Chalk Up, and 7 guys were on it. I was one of them.
That was an old list, I think.
Where did they get that list from?
No idea. I actually sent it to Brian, and I made the same little smirky face with an emoji, and I said, "This is pretty incomplete."
I like it when
Did you qualify or did you get invited?
I got invited, which was a big surprise. Yeah, crazy.
Hey, you got invited because you were on this podcast.
No way.
Look how big your shoulders are, man. He's almost as wide as that fucking bookshelf behind him.
Who, me or him?
No, you definitely not. I think your hat brim's wider than your shoulders, man.
Damn.
I'm just kidding, Sevan. You got a great body, man. But your shoulders are massive.
Can you beat Colten Mertens?
At Wodapalooza?
Yeah.
Is he going?
Yeah.
We'll see in 2 weeks.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I competed against him at Granite Games.
Did you guys exchange words?
No, we did not.
He's not there to make friends. He's not there to make friends, Taylor.
Yeah, I heard that I heard just that snippet on the podcast. You know how you do your little 5 to 6 minute.
I don't do it. My people do it, but go on.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I heard. Well, that's all I watched. I didn't have time for anything else.
I go straight from the show to, what kind of headphones are those, Hobart?
New AirPod Max.
Wow. Someone has too much money. Holy shit. Someone has too much money.
It's all that COVID
it's all that Coke
unemployment
money
assistance fraud that we're going to talk about today. Yeah, it's all that Coke I sell out in Colorado.
Oh my goodness. There was a clip this weekend. Oh shit, your face is covered by the Sevan podcast.
Yeah.
No, it's all right. I switched it.
That's fine.
It's weird with no vagina on here for this show. You don't have a vagina, do you, Taylor?
Just a big bucket of white privilege.
What?
Is that her name? Emily Abbott, right? Yeah. She couldn't be on. I like the show with her on.
You know, I didn't invite her back because my ego was too big because I thought she'd say no. The way she abruptly left, I thought maybe we'd push her too far and she didn't have fun. And then I was too prideful to ask her to come back. So I asked Sarah Sigmund's daughter to come. That was a mistake because she never texted me back. And then I was like, fuck, I need someone who would just fucking worship me. Okay. Bottom feed, Taylor Self. Like even before I hit send, you're like, yes. I'm like, wow, that felt good.
I was gonna ask if we could do it earlier, but you're right, I didn't have the balls to, but I'm glad James did.
You're a good dude.
Taylor, what kept you out of qualifying? Because I watched a little bit of that event and you were smashing it. Granite Games. Yeah.
I went out too hot on the second workout. I just had an emotionally challenged event, I would say, where I just was not in control.
Was that the thruster?
Yeah.
Thruster sprint.
Dude, if you put a wig,
you feel like you got it in you to go back right now? You feel like everything's cleaned up, head's in the right space?
I think, yeah, my head is for sure in the right space, and I would say I'm probably quite a bit fitter than I was now when I was for games. I feel that way. I'm pretty confident in that. Everything's tracking up.
I like that.
Taylor's just a push-up bra and a wig away from being Emily Abbott. Now that
I was gonna say, we were talking about a lot of things. I feel like, never mind. Keep going.
Look at the double D's on that dude.
Hey, I don't think that's interesting. You said about Taylor's headspace. Not that I've talked to him a ton, but his headspace has always been in the right spot. Even after I think we chatted after the last chance qualifier, he had this like, fuck that, like I belong there attitude. I never sensed any pity party or feel sorry for himself.
I also like asking athletes, like competitive athletes, that question, like, do you feel like you have it? Because I think it's such an annoying question, because it's like you wouldn't be competing if you didn't feel that way. But I like hearing everybody's response.
I'm trying to find the link for the show so I can send it. Is it on YouTube? I have to go to
Just
YouTube.
give Souza something to do. Just say, and that makes us look more professional. Be like, Souza, can I get a link, the YouTube link?
Text me the YouTube link, Souza. Matt,
Please. Always throw a please in there.
please.
There you go. See?
We have like 25 news stories to get through.
Okay, I'll tell one quick story. So, are you doing the Let's Go Brandon one where he says the president?
I was going to text and ask about the NORAD call.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that.
God. Funny.
Someone called in and asked, "Let's go, Brandon," right?
Yeah. So I saw that clip. Someone says, "Let's go, Brandon," and then the president says, "Let's go, Brandon." Yeah, let's go, Brandon. And then it gets really weird. And I was on a group call the other day. My friends and I were like trying to figure out exactly what happened. Like, does he have like dementia and he doesn't even know what's going on, or do his people even keep that from him? Or was he just reactionary? Like, what exactly happened there? But regardless of what actually happened there, I was like, man, I can't believe more people aren't talking about this. And one of my friends said, "Hey, dude, not everyone knows about this." I'm like, "What are you fucking talking about? How you'd have to be under a rock to not know this?" He goes, "Dude, the whole liberal America does not know that just happened." So I asked my mom today. I'm like, "Hey, did you see that clip?" And she didn't know anything about it.
I showed my mom.
I tried to show my mom.
Your mom DM'd me.
Jesus.
Sevan she told me the couch that I made fun of last week was quite fashionable.
Oh, I was hoping when you said
day.
your mom DM'd me, you were going to say Taylor's mom.
No.
Can you just chat me that shit on the side, Hobart?
Sorry.
No, seriously.
Yeah, I will. I'm sorry.
No, seriously.
Okay.
3 seriouses.
I will do it.
Or whisper it. Just be like this on your mic. Sevan, hey. Check the private chat. I said something about your mom. I know so that couch was covered with shit, and I came back into my office and it was uncovered with shit, and the pillows were fluffed. So she came in here. Hey, I didn't even know we had a show today. I go, "Hey, do you want to go walk the kids on the beach?" She said, "You have a show at 2."
I'm glad you forgot.
Did you see in the episode before the one, I think, where James made the comment on that couch? I posted a comment in the comments thread.
No, that's where James gets his best material from you ripping on me.
I just troll the comments, and that's how I get most of my news stories. That and just people sending me DMs.
I want to tell you guys something. Just shameless brag.
You cleaned a 60-pound D-ball?
I did.
Oh man, you can't do that.
I'm looking at it is impressive that I caught it 30 times at the bottom. Come on. 310,000 downloads on Apple Podcasts in the last 7 days. I just updated the stats. That's just nuts. More people know who Taylor Self is right now from the 8 minutes he's been on the show than have known him his whole life. That's how popular the show is. Okay, but so I reached out to the Liver King, who's a friend of mine, and I said, "Hey, we're going to cover the Wodapalooza this year. That's Matt O'Keefe's event, Live and Loud, right?" I said, "Hey, we're going to cover that game. Do you want to get involved?" And he goes, "Yeah, absolutely. Whatever you need, I'm there for you." So we got a little
dude with the huge beard.
Yeah, the big old
Pull up
titties.
a picture of him. We got to get him up once.
You got to see this guy. Crazy.
He's a Giga Chad. I have an article about this today. He's a Giga Chad.
What is a Giga Chad?
Oh, we'll learn. It's the apex. It's the apex of the apex predators.
A Giga Chad.
The alpha of the alpha males.
Look at that picture. Dude.
Yeah.
So O'Keefe's was kind enough to give us access to the floor at Wodapalooza. So what we're doing is this guy's throwing some coin at us, and what we're going to do with that money is we're going to send a couple people to Wodapalooza, and they're going to be on the floor with iPhones, and basically going to be able, when we're doing the live stream at any time, those people will give us 2 angles that no one else has, and they can interview athletes on the floor. It's going to be crazy.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And Hobart, I would like you to help with that.
You want me to interview athletes?
No, I'd just like you to just be on the show with me at the desk from the 13th to the 16th. Just sleep in that chair you're in for 4 days straight and help me commentate the Wodapalooza.
I'd love to.
You're not actually going to be there, Sevan?
No, I'm not. I don't leave my. I don't leave the.
He can't leave California.
No,
they won't let him out.
But Sousa's going to be there. Sousa will be there, and a couple other people with iPhones will be there. And basically, they'll be like the way you see this screen right now. Well, just like how we did Dubai CrossFit Fitness Challenge. There, we had Tommy Marquez on the ground for us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Here, we'll have Matt Sousa and other people. You'll probably be.
Wait.
We'll try to interview you, Taylor. I mean, if you do something crazy like trip over a bar or something, or get folded in half.
There's going to be the pig flip there.
There is?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the flip sled. The flip sled.
How tall are you?
Be correct. 5'10".
Oh, shit. You're a big dude.
He's twice your height.
He is. He is twice my height. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
All right, let's do this.
You need a soundtrack, like a laugh track, and it wow wow.
I don't give a. I don't give a. Look, I don't give a.
Okay, let's do some stories.
Right. Susan, I'm going to jump all over the place. You want to talk to us
about your yoni, Taylor? Do you have any yoni talk?
Yoni.
Okay, the news it is.
Yep.
We're going to start at the top. We're just a little year-end review, some Christmas stats. Spotify 2021 Wrapped year-end. Puerto Rican reggaeton star Bad Bunny, who I've never listened to, but I think I should, takes the title for the most streamed artist in the world on Spotify, rounded out by Taylor Swift, BTS, Drake, and Justin Bieber.
Wow. Who can we see a picture of that guy? Who is it?
Bring up Bad Bunny.
And that's not in English?
But some of it is. But he has a total of 9.1 billion streams. Wow. So basically everybody on the planet and then some streamed him at least once.
Does that number sound low to you?
That's so much. So
wow.
How many minutes is that? Let's just take an average song. Let's say everybody listened to this
3 minutes
song to the end, 3 minutes. That's 27 billion minutes of listening. That's a lot.
What go to that guy's Instagram account. I'm curious, so this is someone we've never heard. Oh, he looks like Sacha Baron Cohen in one of those.
Yeah, from Puerto Rico, Hector. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm gonna start listening to his music. Taylor Swift was also the most streamed artist on my Spotify account, but I like to blame that's because I share it with my wife.
I couldn't tell you one song she sings.
Cardigan.
Don't know it. Would I know it if I heard it? Don't play
Shake it off.
Don't play it, Susan. I don't want to have to deal with all that.
Yeah,
shit.
We'll definitely get sued into oblivion.
Okay, let me see how many followers this guy has. How can that be? That can't be him.
That's him.
Okay, let me see how many followers this guy has.
Limited badges. I don't know, Logan. It's the song I saw most recently. Give me a break, man. The most streamed podcasts, aside from this one, the Joe Rogan Experience, Call Her Daddy, Crime Junkie, TED Talks Daily, and The Daily. Also, I thought this was interesting. There are more than 10 million astrology sign-related podcasts on Spotify. And Cancer Today and Virgo Today were the most listened to podcasts.
Wait a second.
How many? 36 million followers.
Okay, so he's big. He's like as big as Dan Blazarian.
Bigger.
How many horoscope astrology podcasts are there?
10 million. I don't think that means like 10 million title, just like individual episodes about astrology signs.
What's your sign, Sevan?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. Are you, because clearly Cancer and Virgo are really curious about their own horoscopes.
I don't really do horoscope. I'm not opposed to it
today. Dear Gemini, you're gonna die twice.
It says that?
No, you remember that old Chris Rock skit?
No. Oh yeah.
Capricorn. I think it's a Chris Rock skit.
Oh no, it's you want some dick? That one?
He wants some.
Nope. All right, moving on. So there you go. Listen to this podcast. Get us in that top 5 wrapped Spotify in the world. That's a legit following.
That's
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy. That's like half the people in the United States, more than.
Let me see what her last post is. What is that? What does that chick post? What'd she post?
Whatever she wants.
Let me see.
Oh,
damn. Yeah. Girls partying. Yeah.
Don't say it. Okay, I'm saying it. I'm feeling 32. Oh, she's 32. Holy crap.
And whoever Alana is, she didn't tag her. Is that a famous Alana?
No, definitely dissed her. That's crazy. She's only 32.
That dress is ridiculous. Geminis are smart, passionate, and dynamic. Gemini is characterized by the twins Castor and Pollux and is known for having 2 different sides they can display to the world. Expert communicators, Gemini is the chameleon of the Zodiac, adept at blending into different groups based on the vibe energy they perceive. Oh, that is you.
I love that you're validating a horoscope.
And you're energetic and quick-witted. That's you too.
Oh man. Yeah, tell me more. What are you, Sevan?
And you always look at the bright side. You never get bored. Gemini signs are in love with love, and they adore the ritual of it.
Oh yeah, love.
Yeah. Oh, so like you massage your wife's feet and shit like that. That's the ritual of love.
I actually do.
You have a girlfriend.
Massages.
You have a girlfriend too, right, Taylor?
I have a girlfriend. Yeah.
Do you massage her feet?
I have not yet.
Yeah.
She hasn't asked me
Yeah.
to. She hasn't asked me to.
What sign are you?
I don't know.
I don't believe him. I don't. What do you think he is?
I watched this this YouTube video the other day of an astrologer guessing people's signs.
I think he's Libra. Libra's very feminine.
I don't even know that was. Yeah, that's what he is.
Wow.
When's your birthday? You don't have to share that.
August.
Oh, you're a Leo.
Jeez, that's scary. You knew that, Hobart.
Well, because I know some other August birthdays that are that.
Bold, intelligent, warm, courageous.
Damn. See, there you go. Everything I'm not.
Get the bicep.
Look at that guy.
He's a lion, intense and energetic. Wait, didn't it say that about you? No.
Yeah, they all say the same thing, just in different words.
Correct.
It'll be like you're shy until you have to be intense and energetic, and then you're able to rise to the occasion. Sometimes love scares you, but you love the entire love process. All right, top Christmas Day Google searches. We're just running down stuff, grab bagging it right now. Packers, Colts versus Cardinals, Starbucks, Warriors versus Suns. I was actually really hoping for stuff like, what do I do to get away from my family? Ooh, that's today, Lululemon. But what I thought was
Desmond Tutu died. Crazy. What did he die of? Just being old? Yeah, 90. Okay.
Yeah, man, 90 years old. The Bills still crushing the Patriots right now. But what I thought was really interesting is yesterday when I looked at this, there was like top 5 searches was what fast food is open on Christmas. And I thought you'd really appreciate that, Sevan. And also McDonald's is the number 4 spot on Christmas Eve searches. So just thought you'd find that interesting what our nation's finest are Google searching on Christmas.
Looking for dinner. I have a conversation with someone in my family every fucking Christmas Eve. Oh my God, nothing's gonna be open tomorrow. Do we have eggs? Do we have milk? Do we have? And it's like, dude, there's tons of shit open on Christmas. This isn't 1954.
But also, you could
not the case in Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah, could not find an open grocery store. Close. I mean, I didn't try to go crazy, but
the big chains are open here. It's heathens in California. Heathens.
Do you cook, man?
I cook a lot. Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
What do you like to cook?
Well, I cook most of my own meals. So when you say, what do you like to cook? Do you like to cook breakfast or like the food specifically?
Are you like cooking for like survival, or do you like to cook to like get better at the skill?
I would fall somewhere in the middle. I feel like there are some things I can cook pretty well, and then other things I just don't like putting food in my body.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't think he cooks. I don't think
You don't?
cracking. I don't think throwing butter in a pan while you scroll through your Instagram and throw a few eggs on there while you fucking troll Jason Hopper on his Instagram is fucking cooking. I think that's what he does. He doesn't like make tabbouleh and baklava. He doesn't like, do stuff with the meat and chop in
Is
onions.
it called
and
tabbouleh or
parsley.
tabbouleh?
I thought it was
Called-
tabbouleh.
Yeah, me
Fine.
too.
Well,
I
that's
feel like
because
you
you're
would know,
white.
Sevan.
Tabbouleh.
Yeah, I'm the whitest.
Hummus.
I
You
got
call
two
it
flannels
hummus. It's
for
hummus.
Christmas, man. I'm
It's
so
hummus.
white.
Right? Am I right, Taylor? You don't really cook.
No, I cook.
Like when he does pancakes,
wrong.
it's like out of a box, powder with water.
Wrong.
All right.
Sorry.
Wow.
He cooks.
Someone's just jealous because he doesn't cook.
I do not
He
cook.
just eats fucking green leaves out of a box and then shoves deli meat in his kid's face.
Well, he doesn't eat like 3 days out of the week, apparently. Is that
Are you on a
still-
fast today? Damn.
Dude, how do you do that?
I cook. Just saying, Brian, says Heidi.
Yeah. Sorry, wrong show, Heidi. Wrong show. You can tune out. Brian's not coming on.
Tune out.
And Taylor already has a girlfriend. All right, so the Christmas Day searches got me thinking.
Hey, don't think for a second that doesn't matter, by the way, Heidi. Let me tell you something. If you live with someone who cooks and cleans, it's huge. It's huge. Whether it's the man or the woman, if you have someone who's not a piece of shit sloth and just watching Netflix all day and contributes to the household, man, wash, cooking, cleaning. I mean, you can keep a dude with cooking if that was your goal, or a chick. I bet. I mean, I know a dude you could.
And if you dress like Miss Claus, apparently.
Yes. So I was thinking things searched on Christmas. What kind of porn are people searching on when they go to the bathroom because they're so annoyed at their in-laws? This year, searches for Mrs. Claus. This is insane because what Mrs. Claus looks like in my head is not what I would search for on Pornhub.
Negative, yeah.
Mrs. Claus have topped the list according to figures released by Pornhub, rising by 401%. Santa was the second most searched term on the site with a rise of 374%. And then other popular search terms included elf, XXXmas, as well as elf hentai, which hentai is like manga, like comic book, over-sexualized pornography. Not necessarily porn, but hentai porn is now Pornhub's most searched term globally, ranking #1 in the US. And
Wait, what was the term? What was the term?
Hentai.
What's that
So
mean?
It's like well, hentai is like it's like a
porn.
category of manga with like over sexualized characters and sexualized subject matter and material. A manga is like I don't want to say it's like a comic book. And then there's an entire what is that rule?
What the fuck
34?
is wrong with people?
If it's on the internet, there's porn for it. So there you go.
Hentai is anime and manga pornography. I don't even know what manga. Wow.
It's like Japanese comics, but
Are they? So it's cartoon porn.
yeah.
That's the most searched.
Well, so the article goes on, cartoons are more fantastical than regular porn, said Dr. Lori Bettito, who is the director of Pornhub's Sexual Wellness Center, which I didn't even know was a thing. Whole different website. Hentai porn also tends to have more of a storyline, and people seem to be more and more drawn to the context. Yep, that's why people are watching porn. Okay, the second most searched, this is really sad. The second most searched for term of the year on Pornhub was romance.
Wow. Wow.
How lonely and just devastated are we as a culture? Like, that's so devastating. Oh, man. That
Okay,
killed
so I'm
me.
on Pornhub and I just typed in Mrs. Claus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a ton of. It's just
Don't screen share that, Souza.
Yeah,
It's-
please don't.
It's just a ton of people dressed as Mrs. Claus.
Guys, girls, everyone
God.
in between.
I'm gonna type in Easter Bunny just to see what happens.
Tooth Fairy.
Oh shit! And it's fucking the first one is a dude dressed up as an Easter Bunny smashing some lady in the doggy style position. Crazy.
Is it like a full-blown Easter Bunny costume, like a furry?
Yes. You cannot see the dude. You cannot see the. Maybe I can share that with you without getting kicked off. Oh yeah. This I think I can share with you. Oh no, there's too much. This is gonna get us.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay. Well, anyway, I got a real kick
Snoogus.
out of that. I love that the second most searched for term on Pornhub is romance. It shows that as a society we're winning. Happy 2022. Christmas
There.
sales.
How's that? That's pretty
You
safe.
can't show that.
Cool. There's nothing even happening there. Oh, gone. That quick.
But
Hey, just so you know, just
Easter
for
bunny
all the
costume.
viewers, I did not pull that down. I put that up, and it was, if you were pissed off that it wasn't up there long enough, that's Suze's fault. There's so much
Thanks,
I can do.
Susan. Thank God we're sponsored by the Liver King and Barbell Jobs.
What are the
We have
other
wholesome gentlemen on here.
holidays?
Wholesome gentlemen. We can.
Did he say that to you when you invited him on the show? Can you have someone tone it down a little bit? No Pornhub stuff, and then I already violated his
He
one rule.
specifically asked no Pornhub. That was the one request, and
Yeah.
What other holidays are there besides Easter and Santa Claus, Christmas?
Oh, St. Patrick's Day. No,
Halloween.
Sevan, we're moving on from this
Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna keep.
because I know you don't know how to spell leprechaun.
Or Halloween.
The best.
Wow, the Valentine's Day ones are crazy.
Yeah. All right. Christmas Day
This is
sales.
an unhealthy site. I'm closing this window.
Well, don't worry because they have an entire sister site, which is a sexual wellness center website.
Good. I need to be cured now.
Visits to retail stores dropped 26.3% on Saturday compared with the Saturday before Christmas in 2019. Year over year, however, so compared to last year, store traffic has jumped by 19%. So don't worry, people are back out there and they're shopping, buying you gifts, even though you were a horrible person all year.
So wait a second. So it's down 26% from 2019, but up
Correct.
19% from last year.
Yes, so we're heading in the right direction.
Those of you, I looked up the definition of retail store for those of you who were born in 2000 and forward. A place of business for retailing goods. It's like where you go in and buy shit for people who don't know. Okay, go on.
The article blames the lack of foreign tourists coming into stores. I don't think that's quite right. The day known as Super Saturday is viewed as the second busiest shopping day. I didn't know this of the holiday season, behind Black Friday. However, in smaller U.S. cities, like where Taylor lives, and more suburban areas, visits to shopping centers improved over the weekend, even amid inclement weather in some regions. The National Retail Federation, a leading industry trade group, has projected that retail sales over the holiday season could increase by as much as 11.5% from the year earlier period, excluding spending at automobile dealers, gas stations, and restaurants.
Hey, you could give a little kid a wish, like a 5-year-old a wish, and he would say something like, I wish it never rained again. And within 5 years, half the planet fucking would be dead. That is the exact same thing that fucking basically happened to retail this year, the retail space this year, because of the Democrats. Sorry. It's because these fucking don't even try. I'm just getting warmed up, Hobart. These fucking morons declared war on cops because they had a fucking few bad rainy days. And you declared war on fucking cops, and you fucking made it legal in California to steal shit up to $950 from fucking stores without fucking criminalizing it. You allow people to fucking hold people up by knife point at ATM machines in California and let them out of jail a day later. You do all that shit, and now you're wondering why the retail space is fucked up? Come on, man. You can't even.
You think that's causing nationwide retail issues?
Hey, dude, let me tell you something. The only place there's money in this country is California. Let's not worry about the other 49 states.
Don't they have like the highest homelessness rate too, though?
Yes, they do. It's bad. Yes, and by the way, when you in this show, we don't call it homelessness; we call it drug addicts. We call it for what it is.
I'm gonna just say right now, like that's painting with a broad brush. I'm just
everything I do is painting with the broad brush. It's like Taylor's head. He doesn't like he just shaves the whole fucking thing. There's not like, okay, I'm gonna leave a little strip on the side. It's just broad strokes, just like it's like that. But I'm just telling you that, like, it's crazy to think retail stores. I mean, 23 Walgreens in fucking San Francisco closed down because you can't stop the stealing there. And this is one of the fucking richest cities in the fucking world. Sorry, Taylor, go ahead.
Well, I wonder how much of it has to do with like Amazon monopolizing just being able to buy.
Of course, that too.
But also
Yes.
COVID. I wonder. Well, I don't know. Are things like closing back down? Where do you live, James?
I live in Denver area now.
Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought weren't you in Boston for like a long?
Yeah.
I was homeless. I was homeless. I wasn't a drug addict. I was homeless. That's how I know the rest of everyone else was a drug addict.
Makes sense. It's never you, right, Sevan?
Never me.
Yeah, I lived in Boston. I lived in Massachusetts most of my life, and then moved out to my wife and I moved out here to Colorado in June.
Nice. What prompted that?
A handful of things. One of them being wanted to just try living somewhere else. One was work. Fair amount of friends out here. So,
How close do you live to your mom?
right now,
Yeah.
far. She's
Yeah.
in Massachusetts.
Bad son.
Yep. She will agree with you. I think she's listening right now. She'll agree with you 100%. Thanks.
Do you live close to your mom, Taylor? Do you live at
Why
home?
don't you just DM me that stuff, Savan?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, private chat.
Bad son. Do you live close to your do you live at home, Taylor?
No, I do not. I rent a house with a friend.
Oh, I'm sorry. How old are you?
26.
Yeah, move back home. What are you doing, dude?
I mean, I wish, but
Save that coin. Taylor, 26. I think you're going to the games this year.
I think so too.
I don't
I
care
like
what
that.
James. I don't care what James says.
I like that.
It seems like James agrees. Well, it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks, but
Yes.
I think it helped Colten Mertens when Ben Bergeron said that he can't win the games. I think that helped him.
How did it help him?
that helped. Did that happen before the games?
No, he said a couple weeks ago I had been on the show and I said, "Hey, can Colten Mertens win the games?" And he said no. And then in the chat popped up Colten Mertens. We'll see.
James, what do you think? Answer that question. I'm not.
Can he win the games or can he go to the games?
Can he win? He went to the games last year.
I don't know. I think he could win. I think it's looking at the stats of it all. I think it's not in his favor.
What are you? You're a Leo. What is that? Gemini? That's a Gemini answer.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. My mom just texted me.
Let's see.
She said, "I am listening." Sent me a heart.
Oh, and your mom
She said,
thinks
"Savan, tone it down."
she did not
No,
say
she
that.
didn't say that. We're doing good. 32 minutes in, 3 stories down. I'm psyched.
So here's the thing.
5
So,
stories down.
so he said that to Colten, and then that day Colten set a PR by 30 pounds on his back squat.
I did see that back squat, which was he can move some weight.
How heavy was it?
That's what Taylor's like, who gives a shit?
I love how Taylor leaned in.
He went from squatting 225 to 255. 30 pounds don't mean shit.
He's got some crazy squat shit. He has some. What did he tell me the other day? I wrote it down. He did like 365 or 335 for 30. He did something savage. I know. It's maybe someone. Oh, so Will Brandt 555. He PR'd. He went from 525 to 555.
It's pretty heavy.
I asked him if he ever takes the supplements the pigs are on. He said they don't take any supplements. They just eat soybean, and no, he doesn't eat that. So let's see.
What's a front squat?
How the? Oh, this is a 555 front squat? No.
No. This is just a front squat. Damn, he puts that shit in the hole too. That's cool.
That's it. That's what.
Yep, hit it.
You said
Go
your
ahead,
mom's
do it.
listening?
Yeah, she doesn't care. She knows who you are.
Hey, you want to know what the weirdest thing is? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Okay, so this is 555.
Right after Ben said he couldn't win the games.
Yeah.
Who did Ben say could win the games?
Well, Ben actually did this really.
David's daughter.
Who?
Oh, she's not as active anymore. Never mind.
Whoa. I love it.
I did not intend for that to be like a. I just should shut up.
No, that
don't
was
shut
good.
up.
We need more of that.
But Ben actually, that was one of the coolest parts of the podcast. I mean, he's a great guest anyway, but he basically went through I said, hey, who can make it to the games? I said, it's fucking crazy. Like, if I would tell my kids, don't even try going to the games. Going to the games is stupid. It's too fucking hard. It's one of those things. It's like same thing with like going to Mars or like going to the moon. Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
well, everybody's going to the moon now. Your kids could definitely go to the moon.
Yeah, I don't want any of that.
You make
shit.
enough money for that.
Like, just do some cool stuff. But I said, so who would you say couldn't go to the games? And he gave this kind of criteria. He says, well, if you're going to go to the games, you should be between, 5'5" and 5'10". You should have started working out at least when you're 15. He gave like this list of 10 things, and Colten Mertens didn't fall in the height one. So then that kind of like disturbed me.
I wonder how many of games athletes fit into his 10 criteria.
Especially the age one.
Yeah. I definitely didn't work out when I was 15. I was fat as shit.
No, there was a window.
What's your background?
There was a window. Drug addict.
Yeah, that's right.
Were you really?
Yeah, I'm sober.
Hey,
no shit. Congrats, man.
Hold on, guys. This is our
awesome.
regular caller. He's more important than you guys. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Logan.
You guys got a little short on hollow earth orgasms this week.
Oh, we're gonna get to that, man. Don't you worry.
You're a little short in the cock department. How's that?
Wow, Sevan. Hey, Sevan said he can't do 75 hard because he's got a boil on his foot.
Hey, I'll do 75 hard if that guy comes on my podcast. Get me some more followers. Give me some more listeners.
Yeah, dude, that guy will just yell at you for half an hour straight.
Look at Mars. If you call here and talk shit to me one more time, you're gonna have to go to barbelljobs.com and look for a new one.
I love it. You were talking to what's his name, Hunter McIntyre, and you said I do this for free, and you didn't tell me to do this, but I remember very vividly a meeting with my lawyer and you and Souza, and you talk about how you guys aren't making money. Souza's pulling in 6 figures from this thing, just producing it, man.
Killing it.
And I don't do this for free. I got to run an invoice. I got about $500 per call, so this is working out.
We
got about a few more weeks, and I'll send that invoice in. That'll work.
Thank you, Mars. Good talking to you. Is there anything else you want to say besides talking about the boil on my foot?
No, I really don't have anything. I didn't have anything. I just felt like calling you, Don. I'm lonely.
Peace. Your mom's not lonely.
Don't hang up.
He's about to say don't hang up.
And there are some serious shit talkers in the comments.
Oh yeah, man. You gotta stay out of there.
Just ignore it.
Wait, I don't see any.
This is like Ben Bergeron telling me I can't make the games. This guy, I'm not even gonna say his name.
Don't worry, Taylor. They were talking about hollow earth orgasms last week. The bar is low. Yes. But there's no one talking shit about you, Taylor. I don't see it.
This guy, Alan, Queef Bomb or something.
I don't see Alan Queef Bomb, but I like that. I love that name.
There we go.
My goodness. I wonder what his mom is like. Oh my goodness.
Well
okay.
So I was reading this. I was researching some articles about Saint Nick, Santa Claus. Which I guess is a 4th century Greek bishop that many people across Europe to this day still worship for his generosity and piety, just like you, Sevan. This article talks about all these just different children's stories and how we've kind of Disney-fied them throughout time. For example, the Little Mermaid story, she actually turns to foam instead of enjoying her Disney happily ever after. The original tale of Pinocchio, sorry kids, concludes with him actually dying. And then the Matchstick Girl, which I don't know, also ends up dead in the cold of winter's night. And I've heard this before, that a lot of children's stories were originally meant to like scare or discipline kids rather than like excite them to do amazing things. But one popular tale, 17th century France, sees old Saint Nick revive 3 children that had been kidnapped by an evil butcher, Pierre Foutard. The butcher and his wife drugged the children, cut them up, and then stewed them with the big idea of selling their parts as ham to the unknowing locals.
Wow. What show is that? What?
This is a tale about the original Saint Nick.
Wow.
Luckily for the children, Saint Nicholas arrives, manages to revive them back to life and normalcy. In the end, the butcher who chopped up the kids, Pierre Foutard, repents, becoming Saint Nick's assistant, responsible for giving coal to the poorly behaved children. That's a huge upgrade. Instead of chopping them up, started giving them coal. There's also a story that good old Santa Claus saves a family of 4, including the 3 daughters, from a life of prostitution after their family goes broke. And the father is too embarrassed to ask for financial support. So Saint Nick sneaks into their house and drops off 3 bags of gold.
What year is that story? The prostitution one?
For last year.
I was going to say, it sounds like it's out of the Bay Area. Jeez Louise.
All right. Can we jump around?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Let's go, Sousa, down
Hey,
to...
if your wife didn't get you, if you queef part, does your wife ask you what you want for Christmas, Hobart? How do you do that?
Spelled it wrong.
Sometimes.
Did she ask
it
you
with
this?
E?
It's a double E, which is really funny.
Double E, like
Yeah.
Queen. Santa is
What-
canceled. No, he's not canceled. He saved those little chopped up kids, but he did hire that guy who chopped him up, which is kind of weird. My wife does what?
What did your wife get you this year?
2 new flannel t-shirts. Honestly, I don't like stuff, so typically what I ask for is food related things.
Like a knife?
No, like food stuff you can. I did ask actually for a bread knife.
See,
But I meant like food things you can eat. Like I like snacks, trail
I
mix.
understood what you meant. I was taking it deeper. And
But
Taylor,
you
did you ask your what do you have? Do you have a girlfriend? What do you have?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend.
Did you ask her for anything in specific?
She got me a pair of grips, a new pair of grips.
Like to go around the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
What kind you get?
Victory grips.
You like those the most?
I do. They just don't have the metal buckle, which typically digs into my wrist.
I thought you might be a Bear Complex guy.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I have the Bear Complex shin sleeves. Is that what they are? I use them for rope climbs and
what do you have shin sleeve? You don't. What do you need those for?
Yeah, you should ride the assault bike barefoot.
Shin sleeve grips
for rope climbs and deadlifts.
Don't you do all your rope climbs legless?
No. I'm not a legless rope. I mean, I could.
I remember when I was first learning to climb rope, and I found this like old Greg Glassman quote on main site CrossFit.com, and it was something to the extent of like, it was about rope climbs, and he goes, "Quit pitifully clinging to the rope with your legs, in hope of improved upper body strength," or something like that. And so I like immediately stopped climbing ropes with my legs.
Oh wow.
Legless only. I did a fun rope climb workout today.
Oh, I was going to ask, did you train on Christmas?
I took Christmas off and just switched to wrestling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's this going to be?
Hey, those are pretty grips. Those are attractive looking grips.
They should sponsor me.
They should sponsor you.
What's the one in the center there that doesn't have holes? Like, how does that one work?
That's like the new age thing to do.
Flap it. Yeah, you
Just let it flap around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Logan asked if my grips were ribbed.
Yeah, man. For your mom's pleasure, Logan. Chill out.
Thank you for being patient, caller. Feel free to jump in.
Hey guys, I got 2 questions. The first is for Hobart.
He leaned in.
Hobart, I sent you an email about the internships for CrossFit.
Yeah, man, I got it.
And was wondering. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm gonna get back to you.
Hey, caller,
Sounds
you do
good.
know this is the Sevan podcast and not the helpline at CrossFit Training, right?
Yes, I know.
Just checking.
And then-
I thought maybe you got
and
your brain cross wires or something. Go on.
Sevan, I'm actually Will, the guy wondering about filming for you in Wodapalooza as well.
Oh yes, Will. Great. Hey,
Yeah.
listen. Here's the deal. I need to secure this with O'Keefe, but what I think is going to happen is there's like 3 or 4 people who volunteered now, and I'm just going to, we're going to jump on a conference call, and I'm basically just going to say, hey, assholes, this isn't a place to fucking like walk up to Taylor's self and take a selfie with them, ask for his fucking autograph, fucking try to wipe some of his sweat off his bald ass head and eat it to make yourself a better athlete. None of that shit. This is you. You're going to get fucking complete and fucking unadulterated access. Bring your phone, bring a charger, and stand by. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to give you a link, and you're going to be a field reporter out there bringing Wodapalooza to the entire planet.
The best coverage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I just want people who can work hard and be professional, but just work their ass off. Like people who like, it's like life or death. Like the same, to work as hard as like Taylor's going to be working out there, you know, take it that seriously.
For sure.
And you're competing there, right?
Yes, I'm competing in the scale division. It'll be my first CrossFit competition.
Yeah, congratulations. Souza here, who I just brought in, this fucking guy was using that as an excuse not to have you on. He's like, fuck that guy. He's going to be competing. He's going to be distracted. I'm like, no. That means this guy's going to have more to prove to us. He's going to be a class act.
I want to work.
Okay, good.
I want to work.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Does the scale division go at the same time as individuals and teams, though? Or does it operate on?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think that it would have to operate at different times.
Yeah, but on different days,
So
like,
we'll
will
see.
it be done prior to the individuals going?
I do not know. The schedule hasn't been sent out yet.
What day are you showing up, Will?
I am getting there on Wednesday. I'm flying in Wednesday morning.
And then are you staying until the 16th when it's over?
I leave the 17th, so I'll be there the day after.
Yeah. Hey, Hobart, doesn't this guy's voice sound young?
Yeah, really young.
How old are you, Will?
I'm 21.
Yeah,
Boom.
just God, life is good. Okay, you the man. I have your number. Stay in touch. Thanks for calling in, and we're gonna do this. And I love your attitude. We are. This is after we do this. This is gonna kind of. I hate to just suck my own dick on the show, but this is gonna be revolutionary. What we're gonna do for sports.
That'd be amazing if you could do that.
This is gonna be really, really something special. We're gonna give. It's basically gonna be. I don't want to say this, but thanks to. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Especially thanks to the Liver King and Ancestral Supplements for throwing some coin at us. We are going to try to bring basically a live behind the scenes coverage that I used to do for CrossFit Inc., which was the most viewed minutes footage ever in the history of CrossFit videos not views, but minutes watched. We're basically going to try to do that at Wodapalooza while I sit here in the comfort of my own living room. And
you better have some good cameramen.
And you're going to do all the work, Will. So
let's do it.
Okay. And Souza will be there just feeding you coffee. Nothing expensive. Like he'll give you like a stipend,
Dunkin'
like $3
Donuts.
for coffee and refills.
Souza can hang out with my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Now,
Send us a picture.
You're talking my heart. Mom talk. Now you're
Oh,
talking my
boy.
heart.
Thanks, Will. We appreciate it. We'll be reaching out.
Awesome. Did you see the Liver King eating pine cones today on his Instagram?
Oh, but let's
I did see that.
You did see that?
Yeah.
Why was he eating a pine
I
cone?
thought it's a salad.
Oh, that's his salad. See, I can't wait to talk about Giga Chad.
Giga Chad.
Hey, so earlier this week he had 800,000 followers. Now he has 858. This
I
guy
noticed
is
that
on
too.
a
It was almost like 11,000 more since the last time.
Oh, is it in his
Lucky
story?
Usman.
No. Oh, it
Yeah,
might
it's
have
in his
been.
story.
I want to hear his voice. I've never heard his voice.
Look, you're already doing reporting, Will.
We can get together
listen to
and keep it up in
Sevan's,
love so that we can be nourished by the food
Sevan's
and we can be
interpretation of it.
nourished by our family, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically. And that is the power of a tribe. Liver King out.
I like that.
Where's the audio?
Think he's got a new iPhone 13, 8. What do you think he's got? 10 X? Think he's
Here's
a
the clip
Google
coming
guy?
up. Liver King out.
Liver King out. That's push-ups just like Taylor.
Hey, he has the same breathing pattern you do. Never mind.
No, I breathe faster, man.
He has the same stroke pattern you have, Hobart.
No, his is way too long. Mine's much shorter.
Where's these pine cones?
I don't know.
Hobart
I'm not
can't
seeing him
last
on
for
here.
20 seconds.
Oh man, Will, I'm gonna delete your email.
No,
That's fair.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
I
a
want
good-
to.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
So he emailed internships at CrossFit and it goes to you?
No. I told him to reach out. I'm just gonna answer some questions for him.
Gotcha. Because I got a response from Todd Widman.
Yep, Todd Widman. That is the when you go to internships, he'll probably send out a response.
Who's higher on the food chain at CrossFit Inc? Todd Widman or James Hobart?
Definitely Todd.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Dave Castro.
Is he? He's not allowed in the office.
Not
though.
in the training department anymore.
Yeah. Hobart, are you? Is Widman still running the kids program? Do you guys have a kids program still?
I believe he still leads the kids program, but he also has just taken a more senior role in seminar staff management as well, and as far as leadership development.
Gotcha. What does this mean? Do you guys think the Liver King is full of shit or what? I'm not sure what you mean by that.
What about eating all this raw liver? Like, do we really think that's all he eats is raw liver and fucking pine cones, or does
Yes,
he,
yes.
does he go
had
home at
sweet
night?
potatoes today.
Yes.
Does he go home and he's eating like a bag of Cheetos,
No.
and like ripping down like a Bang energy drink, and
He showed his dinner plate one time and it was like 3 patties of like beef, cheese, bone marrow. I just like I like savory food, but it seemed like wow.
I've known him since before he was doing all this stuff on Instagram, and I was taking those ancestral supplements when I was doing carnivore really strict, and I still take them every day. It's the only supplement I take, and I swear by it.
see, when I see people like that, like I want to get my hands on his high school yearbook. Like, what does he look like? Oh, I got to go flip the.
Let's
Sure.
run out like a blood test on this guy.
I think he had an old picture of himself on there. I could see if I can find it.
I like the pictures of him with his hat off.
Yeah, like holy fuck, that is just all meat and fat.
Some cauliflower. Is he eating limes? Just fucking eating limes.
I think he was limes and avocado.
It's 4 burgers. Holy fuck.
I
Hey,
do
did
love
you see where he-
cheeseburgers though.
His
Did you
blood.
see where he had
His
like
blood.
75 raw eggs?
Ugh.
So
You got to
I'm
drink,
feeling-
Logan. You got to drink milk from a bowl if you want facial hair like that, man.
So here it is. This is a great question. Like, who the hell really acts like that, or is it just for followers and show? Listen, did you hear O'Keefe talk about when he would go to Matt Fraser's house during COVID, and Fraser had on his doorsteps tests for his nose, and you had to then put on like special things on your feet and wash your hands before you saw Fraser? No, that's true, Taylor.
No way.
Yeah, it's because he didn't want to catch COVID, because Fraser wanted to catch COVID because he didn't want to get left out of a
Oh,
competition.
That's pretty
He's
smart.
squeezing the fish roll right out of the fish.
Yeah, extreme people do extreme shit, man. Did you see where this guy?
Sevan, I got a question.
Did you see where this guy
fucking
sleeps
working
every
that
night?
fish off.
Go ahead, Will.
Do cameramen have to be double vaxxed and boosted?
No, we were going to be really lenient,
Yes,
and
he did.
you can be just whatever. You can just be just just healthy.
It's Florida, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, they don't. I haven't
It
actually
is Florida.
any sort of clarification on that.
Oh yeah, for athletes, that's actually that's really interesting.
They haven't sent out any sort of like testing or I don't know if I should be saying this. Maybe I'll shut up. I don't know.
Wait, do you have to be vaccinated to compete at Wodapalooza?
It doesn't
It's
say.
probably just done by the county's regulations, right? And so if it's in Florida, I don't think they're as strict.
I gotta go. I gotta go
Same
flip
with their
some
gender
short
thing.
ribs. I'll be right back.
I think it's the same with their gender policy. What is it?
Not
Don't
sure.
ask, don't tell. Don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah, that bodes well for me, right, Simon?
Uh-huh. Will, thank you. We'll be in touch. You're a good dude.
Sound good.
Bye.
See you guys.
Okay, Hobart, go ahead. We got rid of the caller. Go ahead. Where'd Hobart go? No, I'm not going to be. No, I'm not running the whole WADA live. I'm just basically what we did at the Dubai CrossFit Championships. We asked O'Keefe if we could do that with Wodapalooza, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead, pull my stream. You can commentate it, and I'll even give you access if you want to send someone out there." So that was like, "Shit, I need to scrape some coin together." And the only supplement that I take is ancestral supplements, and so. And I had already asked the guy, my other friend who owns a salt bike, if he would sponsor me at the games so I could do this at the games, and it never happened. So I pivoted to this dude, another rich, cool dude I know. But I want to stick to just shit that I use. Like, I don't want to do I don't drink Monster Energy drinks. So why would I contact them? So
we need better like camera footage of the workouts. I mean, when you watch like Dubai, I don't know if you guys have talked about this before, but they just pan to like one athlete out of 10 and stay there for like 3 minutes of the workout.
Yeah, the games is kind of like that too.
Every CrossFit competition, all of I don't know if they always use the same cameraman, but they're all like, hey, let's get like a.
Yeah, it's not the cameraman, it's the dude in the truck who calls the shots. We're gonna
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll only have what they have, but then on top of that, we'll have 2 or 3 angles that no one else has, and they'll just be with iPhones with guys on the sidelines. I hope. I need to confirm with O'Keefe. I got a verbal yes. I'll let you do what you want. Now I need to just push a little bit harder and just make sure it's all good. But O'Keefe's a good dude. But basically, I want to do now that Ancestral Supplements is on board. I want to do like the best job we've ever done.
Look, Jason's commenting in the comments. That means he's watching. Would you have got any camera time in Dubai? I can't really decipher that troglodyte.
He's saying because of that glare off your head, would the cameras avoid you?
I think he's trying to speak English. Would you have, Jason, gotten any camera time? I think so.
Hey, if Colten Mertens makes it to the games and Jason didn't, and Colton's doing what's the acronym for his training?
Thanks, Will. I'm back, baby.
His is PFWG. Pig farming works good.
Pig fucking works good.
Pig farming works good. If PFWG makes it and HWPO doesn't make it, someone's gonna have to put Jason on suicide watch.
Should we talk about some CrossFit news? Some updates?
Sure.
CrossFit rulebook changes. Yeah. CrossFit
I saw that article, the rule
2020
article.
rulebook. Well,
God,
do you want to talk about it?
Speaking of suicide, I almost committed suicide after reading it. It's the driest, most boring shit ever. Thanks for bringing it to the show, Hobart.
It's a great article. Thank you, Box Rocks. Annual competition rulebook, upcoming CrossFit season. There are some minor differences. Anyone around the globe who is 14 years or older can compete in the open. Adaptive divisions introduced for the first time in 2021 remained and are divided into the same 8 categories: upper extremity, lower extremity, neuromuscular, vision, short stature, seated with hip function, seated without hip function.
Wait. Short stature. What's that?
You. I actually don't know specifically. Let's look it up.
Is there a link to that? There's a special division if you're not tall enough?
For Colten?
It could be. I want to see if he qualifies for more than one division.
That was brutal.
What? Come on, man. He's 5'4". Don't hate. It's brutal that you say it's brutal. Do you understand that, Hobart?
Blah, blah, blah. Eligibility for the short stature division is evaluated through measurements and is specific to each gender.
Oh, so it's penis size. It's not height.
Eligible.
And by the way,
I'll definitely make it.
Yeah, same. Sorry, you're coming in second in that division, James.
They'd have to make a new division for me. Eligibility for males in the short stature division. To be eligible, male athletes must meet all of the following criteria: standing height less than or equal to 57 inches, arm length less than or equal to 26 inches, sum of standing height plus arm length less than or equal to 79 inches. This is just something.
57 inches is what, 4'9"?
Short. Yep.
Yeah.
Man, okay.
There's only one sport class, short stature division. That's really interesting. Okay. This one made me kind of sad, though.
All right.
Costumes are banned.
In the
Costumes banned.
What does that mean, even?
Can't wear a costume in the open and have a valid score. If you want your score to be valid, you got to be dressed not in a costume.
Why do you think that
So
rule's in there?
no wearing previous year's games jerseys, nerds.
Oh, but what I'm wearing right now is a costume. Can
Is
I
that
wear
like
this?
a rule? No wearing previous year's game.
No, but it should be. It was just like, because if you scroll down, I think there's a video of somebody like doing one of the open workouts in like a giant T-Rex. There, look at that guy humping that unicorn.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can't
That's
properly
awesome.
judge a squat like that.
Dude,
I mean, he's
look how
killing it.
hard those people are laughing in that photo.
Look at how, yeah, they're laughing at how terrible his rack position is. Like, I would be laughing at him too.
Yeah, you need
Devastating.
to buddy.
That's what that face is she's making. That girl in the middle is mimicking him. She's like, this is where your elbows are.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
Poor unicorn.
Yeah. Poor unicorn has to be associated with that guy's. Watch this guy.
Oh, wow.
Watch this guy do dumbbell snatches. This makes me so happy. He just rips this dumbbell.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Hey, listen, people, fuck
Sevan,
off.
that's like you doing that workout.
Anyone can do that they want. Listen, they can't tell you can't wear a costume.
Well, you can still wear it. I just don't think you get like a valid score.
Yeah,
You'll get a valid score. Don't ignore that shit. That rule's stupid.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it's like, how could you judge if his elbow was actually locked out or not, right?
I don't think I'll judge a no rep on that. Look, watch it. How can you not love that, man? That's humor at its best.
Hey, when he crosses over the box, his anus rubs on the box. Look at.
I know, man. Look at the size of that thing.
There's just skid marks all over that thing.
He just ate it, dude. He's dead. He just broke every bone in his legs. All right, here we go. If you perform your workouts at an affiliate during the open, scores submitted will become immediately available. This is cool. Previously, affiliate managers had to validate scores to be able to see them on the leaderboard.
Okay, so that proves my point. You can wear a costume because they will immediately be validated.
Yeah, but then I will invalidate that shit.
Oh.
There's also new team names, which I really like this rule. The way team names are formatted for the Affiliate Cup and on the leaderboard will be changed so we can make sure each team's home gym is recognized and celebrated. The 2022 rulebook explains that team names will list the team's affiliate first and then any descriptor or custom name. For example, CrossFit ABC, sponsored by the Sevan podcast Hitters.
That is legal or that's not legal?
No, that's legal, but it has to be the affiliate name first. So it has to be like, it can't just be like, I don't know. I know that kid. That's good. Owen Bernstein, Rhapsody CrossFit, great gym.
Hey, by the way, I would never sponsor a team or an athlete. A team or an athlete needs to sponsor me. Let's just get that. Okay, go on.
Also, this doesn't matter for all you young guns out there, just old, washed up has-beens like me. The top 10% of athletes in each age group following the Open will be invited to compete in the global age group quarterfinals. From there, the top 30, no one cares about the Masters. All right, moving on. Top adaptive athletes will go from the CrossFit Open to a virtual semifinal. And just as an aside, based on performance in virtual semifinal, only 10 athletes per age group division will participate in the games. Top adaptive athletes will go from the CrossFit Open to a virtual semifinal. This will be determined by their rank in the Open. Only the neuromuscular, lower extremity, and upper extremity adaptive divisions will send their top 5 athletes to the CrossFit Games. The intellectual seated with hip function, seated without hip function, vision, and short stature divisions will crown their fittest athletes after the virtual semifinal. Last but not least, Hopper could have or would have never should.
This video is being reviewed to determine whether it's suitable for most advertisers. We've already gotten an ad suitability warning on this fucking live stream.
Yeah, that's why I pulled that picture down that you put up so fast, because I figured it might even kill the whole thing.
Oh, well, I requested a review already.
Let's see. Clarifications on helping allowed during workouts, Taylor. So make sure you tell your coach. In short, no help allowed.
I don't get any
also. What's that?
I don't get any help from Andy.
Good. Yeah, I'm sure he probably just like every once in a while checks in and says, "Hey, do better."
He no repped me on one quarterfinals workout, my first rep, and I just dropped the bar and yelled at him.
What workout was it? The overhead squat box jump? Or no, you guys didn't do that. You did the
snatch burpee box jump.
Yeah.
He goes,
What's the name of your gym?
He goes, no rep. I dropped the bar. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? There's like a lot of people in the gym.
Did you start over?
Yeah, it was a no rep. And I
Yeah,
started
good.
What's the gym, Taylor?
CrossFit Charlotte.
That's right.
Also, knee and elbow sleeves shall be a maximum thickness of 1/4 inch or 7 millimeters and a maximum length of 12 inches or 30 centimeters. There you go.
Magnus Holmgren wants to send Jason a link. Don't do it.
I also did a little link in there to the CrossFit Games season. See what's coming our way. You know, thought that'd be nice to share.
Thank
People
you.
out there. When's the open start?
February 20.
Let's better pull up. There it is. February 24th. Open starts. Last open workout, March 10th through the 14th. Pretty excited.
Wow, there's only 3 open workouts?
Yeah, where have you been for the last 2 years, man?
Holy shit.
Which, by the way, makes it nicer as an affiliate owner for setting things up and logistical
It's weak.
reasons.
I don't care. It's weak.
That's like
weak.
putting on a massive event every week for 5 weeks gets,
And also, I was
it's tough.
I was talking to it was either
I don't give a look. I don't.
next news story.
No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say. People
I
like
was talking to Wilson Tang, or it might have been Justin Berg, about why don't we have more weeks of the open aside from the logistic issue. And they were saying after I think the 4th or 5th week, basically you don't see any real important shifts in the leaderboard. It's kind of like everybody stays where they are. Like they might move a couple spaces, like the top 100 stay the top 100 and so on and so forth. So you really just start to see the person at the tip, the people at the tippity top really start to separate themselves. But other than that, there's no real shakeup. They kind of, from a testing standpoint, got it all figured out after 4 or 5 weeks.
There's this gratification of getting through all 5 weeks of that stress, of knowing that the events are coming, that you have to do them. And 3 just seems, it's more just fucking dumbing down, softening up, making weaker, diluting. It's just like at the L1, they don't do what?
You still can make it to quarterfinals and keep going on.
Get fitter, Sevan. I'm with you. I love 5 weeks. I wish the open was 10 weeks long, because what I love is watching sane adults go crazy and turn on their best friends and lose their minds over a workout. I love it for that reason.
Yeah.
That happens.
Brings out the best in us.
Wait, what's 11.01 transgender policy? Is that in the was that in the I can't wait till CrossFit has to deal with that.
No, fucking they already put it out. I read it at one point.
I just want to see a dude just go over and just fucking smash Tia.
They put like a pull up the policy. James, Matt, can you find that?
Wow, look at the new guy just calling shots.
I'll go back to starting the fuck out.
I'm looking for it. No, I'm looking for it.
Hey, when you get up in the middle of the show to fucking flip your cheese bread over in the oven because you have a fucking alarm go off that interrupts the show, you set the bar so low for everyone else, Hobart.
I'm cooking short rib for the family. So
the family. You have a fucking girlfriend.
From what I remember, they made it so they made the logistical part of competing as a transgender athlete so challenging that it just seemed like to me that it would never happen. You had to provide proof of whatever testing levels for testosterone or hormone or estrogen or whatever 5 years prior to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think there are other sporting events. I shouldn't say that because I'm not sure that do that same thing, but athletes must demonstrate their total testosterone level in serum has been below 10 nanomoles per liter for at least 12 months prior to their first CrossFit competition. I don't know what any of that means. Okay.
To me, it seems like that would be pretty hard to do, though. Who knows? Maybe somebody will do it.
Hey, did you see that some of the referees or judges for some of these sports, I think it was swimming, collegiate swimming or something, they basically said, hey, we're not going to be judges for a sport that's letting dudes compete against the women, and they stepped out?
Yeah. No, I didn't see that.
I don't understand how they as people, how you as a person can think that that's okay.
Athletes must, prior to participating in any quarterfinal or accepting an invitation to the games, contact support to receive a declaration form to complete, declaring their gender identity is female. This is an example. That declaration cannot be changed for any sporting purpose for a minimum of 4 years. That's really interesting.
See, they have
This is for athletes specifically who transition from male to female.
That might be the first correct use of the word gender I've heard in a long time. Because it is just gender identity. You almost have to use the two together to fucking unfuck all the idiots who think gender and sex are interchangeable.
They're not.
What do you have in your pants, Hobart?
Right now?
Yeah, like what type of genitalia do you have in your pants?
I have a waffle covered in maple syrup.
That's you're a good dude. He knows his mom's listening.
It's a family show.
Hey, what was that thing Rich was doing at the Waffle House? I was on his Instagram today. Did you see that?
It was how many waffles you could stuff in your pants in 8 minutes, I think.
Was it really how many waffles you can eat in 8 minutes?
No, I didn't really catch it, but it looked like an eating challenge, a waffle eating challenge.
Yeah. I
That
liked what he
fucking
posted
guy
about it
loves
afterwards.
maple syrup, though.
Who does?
Rich loves maple. Like he would, I'll never forget this once. We were at, what's that place down there? Cracker Barrel. And they give you these little mini like nips of maple syrup.
Uh-huh.
Rich would drink those once in a while.
Hey, I don't
Like it's
really
like a
appreciate
treat.
you using the word cracker and nips and this. Like, I get where you're going with this. I don't like this story at all. You're getting crazy.
He's just a cracker walking around drinking nips. That's not true. I don't know. It looked like an eating challenge. I didn't get to see it. That's such a great way to ruin food.
Hey, but he posted something nice here that basically he regretted doing it. Not regretted, but that, hey, like it wasn't good for him. I like the way he addressed it.
I think that was just an advertisement for RP strength.
Okay. Don't ruin it. Rich can do no wrong in my eyes. I like it.
I've been to that Waffle House.
Way out. I thought I was back. I took a bite and I'm not good. Perfect. 15 minutes ago.
Hey, didn't that guy Angelo DeChico, didn't someone say he wanted to be on the podcast and we reached out to him and now he won't respond to us?
Yeah.
Listen, dickheads, if you want to be on the podcast, come on the podcast. Don't reach out to us.
On.
And don't. He should?
Yeah.
He knows how to talk. He talks good.
I'm better than Jason Hopper, so I don't know. Maybe a little bit.
Damn.
I got your back, Taylor. I got your back, man.
Damn.
Want to talk about the newest strength trend?
Oh, that's a pretty interesting challenge. 24-hour in the Waffle House. Every waffle you eat takes an hour away. Okay, so if you eat 24 waffles, you just get to leave. What was the assault bike for?
Burn cows, baby. Oh, cool. Will, how much money did they raise?
Look at this guy's logo. It's like fucking Coke can. He just wants me to hate him.
That's probably why it's like that. He knew you would take the bait.
Yeah. They did
I like
50.
I like how when there are 4 dudes on the show, the comments are way more aggressive. Like, like the comments are all just like mom jokes and like you can tell the guys are getting fighty, you know?
Jason's going back and forth with the commenter. I'm loving it. He's taking the bait.
Hey, there was this.
When women are around, men destroy everything. That's just how it goes, man.
I went to the University of California, Santa Barbara, and it's basically a half square mile of just dorms on the Pacific Ocean and apartment buildings and houses, and then the college, and that's it. There's nothing around for like 10 or 15 miles, and it was crazy. I recommend everyone do 10 years of undergrad at UCSB, University of California, Santa Barbara. Anyway, and I would walk to school and I would walk by this house that had a chain link fence with like 5 dogs behind it. And every time I walked by, the dogs would start barking at me so crazily that then they would end up fighting. They would fight each other.
Yeah.
And that's what how you describe the comments.
The comments are right now. Like there's no pretty face to look at. So they're just like, fuck it. I'm going to talk about how much I'm going to bang your mom. You're stupid.
It starts off like just ripping on Taylor or just ripping on Jason or ripping on me. And then next thing you know, they're fighting each other. Like they have a common goal and then they kill each other.
No, my joke was funnier.
That's good.
They're just all trying to be Giga Chad like the Liver King. Okay, so I was looking up this article about The new strength training your jaw. Hey, Susan, there's a link in the sheet right below this article. It just says Giga Chad. Click here. Will you click that?
God, I gotta pee.
And this article spun me down a a rabbit hole of internet IRL chats, incels, and Reddit. But this is a picture
Reddit.
of Giga Chad
Oh,
there.
Wow.
So
Wow.
a Chad is like, like he's like the guy who shows up, super cool dude, good looking, exercise, takes all the babes. This is
But
a
I
Giga
thought Chad. I thought if your name was Chad, you would just if your parents named you Chad, just have your T count just dropped right there. Like
I do feel like there's this fake it till you make it part of being a Chad. But anyway, in the internet chat rooms, there was this question raised, like, who is the Chad above all Chads? And Giga Chad, it's this guy, who turns out he's some Russian model. They don't really know if he exists or not. But anyway, it seems like in these chats, there's this obsession, especially among incel groups, look that up, called looks maxing with 2 X's, which means to enhance one's sex appeal through weightlifting, skin and hair treatments, and even plastic surgery. Sounds a lot like CrossFit. And one of the primary characteristics they seek is to enhance, in all this looks maxing, the angularity of their jawlines. Meanwhile, fitness influencers have convinced followers that chomping on a silicone ball all day should be a crucial part of their training.
yeah.
Which is why we have Jazzercise, the self-proclaimed #1 hands-free workout for your neck and face. It's a compact rubber mouthpiece that promises varying level of pleasure, resistance, up to 50 pounds for the 57 plus muscles that surround your jaw. All you have to do is chomp down on it while you're sitting at your computer. It's that easy. How do you clean
if
that?
you do that, you're a fucking moron.
Dude, they used to have commercials for that thing. Jazzercise.
I just want to know. I want to know: are there any CrossFitters sponsored by this yet, and who's using it? Because I know it's like I see the things that they breathe through, and I see everybody using the toe spacers. So I'm just putting this out in the universe. Oprah Winfrey, The Secret. I'm going to will this into reality. I want Jazzercise to start sponsoring CrossFit athletes.
What about Skechers? They're like trending down. I feel like they get a real fucking boost.
If you wear Skechers and use a Skechers, if you wear Skechers and use Jazzercise, you're headed for greatness. Oh, here you go. How much are they?
Oh, this shit is just so lame.
13.
Oh, and the iron neck.
That's a pretty good steal. Dude, I have a friend who has an iron neck.
Does it work?
I've tried it on and it just, I didn't I didn't look up any exercise. It just felt weird. So I took it off. I was like, all right,
I'm going to start selling a bundle pack of Jazzercise and Yoni eggs. Anyway, Jazzercise site promises a full facial workout in just a few minutes that will eventually net you sculpted face of your alpha male dreams. So
is there really something called lipper grips? Oh, geez. No way.
But then the article had a really good point. It says Giga Chad's infamous square jaw isn't a muscle. There you go. This is a guy who says he'd been training his jaw strength.
That's not real.
If I looked like that, I'd cut my head off. Giga Chad's infamous square jaw isn't a muscle. It's a bone. The mandible, which is the largest bone in the human skull. If you want it to look sharper or straighter, you shouldn't spend $45 on a chew toy. You should just go for runs and cut back on the beer.
I don't know. It feels like there's a little muscle in there. And I feel like, in all honesty, I feel like there was a point in my life where I took a shitload of creatine and I started seeing something here. And I was like, oh, that's too much creatine.
That sounds like real heavy scientific information.
Look at fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's face. Something happened to that face.
Oh, I got a story about him. Let's go.
I just
that one.
looked up what a yoni egg is, by the way.
You're welcome.
I'm not going to.
Hey, on a serious note, everyone should spend their time relaxing their jaw, not tightening it. You're welcome. Hey, was Emily being honest about
this has been bugging you all week
about Hollow Earth yesterday?
Oh,
or last week?
Yeah, 100%.
He pivoted.
She believes in that?
James, he pivoted.
She believes in that? You think that was true? I was trying to figure out, is that real? Like,
this is my fourth one of the day.
That made me have to pee watching you drink that. Does Emily really believe in Hollow Earth?
Seems like she was just more so like into it as like a because it's
General
entertaining.
concept.
Yeah. I don't think she's like living her life by the code of conduct by them or something.
I just refreshed our 7-day download. 311,000. Sorry, I'm obsessed. Go on.
No, it's good, man.
It's a new record. We just created a new record while doing this show.
Speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger,
there we go.
74 years old. In LA, just personally donated 25 very tiny homes to veterans in the LA area who had been previously living on the street as part of Village for Vets. Village for Vets fills critical gaps in key services for homeless and at-risk veterans in the greater LA area through programs providing meals, emergency grants, support for basic needs, social support, and links to additional services. Village for Vets helps ensure Los Angeles' homeless and at-risk veterans don't fall through the cracks. Schwarzenegger made possible the donation of 25 homes with a $250,000 donation. Each home has heat, electricity, and air conditioning. AM Vets employee told Fox 11 News.
Oh, well,
feel good Christmas story.
Do you care if I pile in here with some Arnold Schwarzenegger story?
Oh, please do. If this is about game changers, but yeah, go ahead.
Let's go over here and add this and let's listen to this right here.
Screw your freedoms.
There is a virus here. It kills people. And the only way we prevent it is to get vaccinated, to wear masks, to do social distancing, washing your hands all the time, and not just to think about, well, my freedom is being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom being kind of disturbed here. No, screw your freedom. Screw your freedom. Because
well, that's it. That I mean, he's no one's perfect like me. I understand.
Hey, isn't there a quote from a Batman movie? It's either like you die a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not that didactic or simple.
Oh, wow, I like that.
Well, on that note, Sevan, I'm going to give you, since it is Christmas and I'm in the giving spirit, I'm going to give you a treat.
Thank you.
We're going to go down to the Pfizer booster story, Matt.
Oh, I thought we were going to go to Allison NYC's Instagram. I thought you said you were going to give me a treat.
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's Allison. New study from the United Kingdom Security Agency. The protection that a Pfizer booster shot gives against the new coronavirus variant Omicron, Optimus Prime, following a Pfizer primary course drops to just 45% after 10 plus weeks, according to a new study. A booster shot from Moderna fared better, Boston-based company. The study from the United Kingdom Security Agency said. Now, I was trying to look up what is effectiveness evaluated as when it comes to vaccines. And the CDC essentially said that they use multiple threshold tests to evaluate the effectiveness of a vaccine. But and they said none of them are perfect. But essentially, I think it boils down to reducing infection and hospitalization, which also I think includes death. Among those who received an AstraZeneca primary course of the vaccine, effectiveness was around 60% 2 to 4 weeks after either a Pfizer or Moderna booster. Then it dropped to 35% with a Pfizer booster and 45% with a Moderna booster by 10 weeks after the booster, so about 2.5 months. Among those who received a Pfizer primary course, vaccine effectiveness was around 70% after the Pfizer booster. It seems like you should get Pfizer. Dropping to 45% after 10 weeks plus. And stayed around Moderna stayed around 70 to 75% after Moderna booster up to 9 weeks. Still, the report suggests that getting a booster shot is effective at preventing severe illness and hospitalization. Seems sane to me. There is insufficient severe cases of Omicron as yet to analyze vaccine effectiveness. Some of this information.
Hey, there was insufficient evidence since fucking day one, you fucking idiots. Sorry, go on.
Yep. Actually, I thought this
last part. How the fuck is that okay to say that now? What magazine is this? What newspaper is this?
Daily Wire, maybe.
Hey guys, that's called critical thinking, by the way. I'm fucking amazing at it.
Did you watch
this last part I thought was really interesting was
It's called contextualizing and relevance. Insufficient data now. You show me where there is sufficient data, you fuck nuts.
The Zoe COVID symptom study, which has been tracking symptoms reported by participants using a smartphone app, kind of sounds like Waze, kind of a cool idea, reported that the top 5 symptoms of Omicron are runny nose, headache, fatigue, sneezing, and sore throat. So all of the same symptoms you get from listening to this podcast.
Yes.
The data were collected between December 3rd and the 10th in London.
Runny nose, headache.
God, when is the insanity gonna fucking stop? Hey, this is I love that. Bam, Omicron.
Did you watch the new Rogan with Dr. Peter A. McCullough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the first 20 minutes. I've seen so much of McCullough that I'm just like a little bit. I got exhausted by him over the last 2 years, but he's awesome, right?
Oh, that's the only thing I've seen. That's the only thing I've seen of his.
Me too.
He's a good dude.
You know?
He's a good dude, yeah.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
He seemed a little arrogant.
Yeah.
On the Rogan podcast.
Yeah. That's just hard to trust somebody who's that confident.
Hey.
I feel like it's just more of the same, different side of the coin.
Yeah. Interesting.
Both are important.
I told you it was Christmas. I was going to give you presents.
Hobart. That you think it's more of the same that hydrochloroquine king plant?
No, I'm definitely on board with the whole on board with the whole idea that I don't really understand why we're not promoting treatment of the virus and variations of the virus when it clearly seems like we have treatments for it. On top of vaccine, that's one of those things where I look at it and I'm like, I don't really know what to believe.
The guys who were in charge of the protocol were the same guys who were in charge of AIDS. AIDS is all about testing. Everything about this has been complete stupidity and against the protocols of the past. I don't know how you say it's the same. I don't understand how you say that. For instance, they have a pneumonia vaccine, and yet fucking hundreds of thousands of people die of pneumonia every year. They only give the pneumonia vaccine to people who are 5 years old and under, and like old people. And you don't give it as a prophylaxis. They're trying that shit with this, knowing from day one it's never going to work. You know that. You don't know that?
I don't think it's that clean cut.
Okay.
But I do think the disparagement of treatment possibilities is very bizarre.
How about this? How about in Alameda County, one of the biggest counties in California? About 6 months ago, they lowered the number of people who died by 25%. They said they overcalculated the number of deaths by 25%.
Yeah.
How the fuck did Donald Trump live? How did that fat motherfucker live with it?
What is this guy Dave Tate's comment? New York is going to vote on a bill to allow the governor/state to detain people without any due process.
Probably. I don't really know about this yet, Dave or Taylor, but I imagine they're going to detain people who aren't vaccinated or can't show proof of vaccination.
I mean, no. They used to do that during Giuliani. That's how they cleaned New York up originally. Giuliani used to do that. That's how New York got so safe for a while.
Stop and frisk.
Stop and frisk. Yeah.
You think this is in relation to? I couldn't tell if that was sarcasm, James.
No. I do think that's in relation to COVID, not sarcasm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Hey, what's really bothering me, James, is that story you read us last week about what the Republicans are doing in Texas around abortion. That shit is unsettling.
Well, like I said, the issue with the SB 8 law is also the ramifications it causes for all state legislatures using that to push their own, bipartisan ideology.
Can you explain how that works? I was telling some people about it, and they're like, "How does that work? Do you know how that loophole works?"
Well, I think one of the ways the loophole works is that basically it's not the legislative body that's infringing on a constitutional right. That is to say, it's not Texas legislature that's preventing or necessarily forbidding abortions. Whereas in, like, I have an article about this later, somewhere in El Salvador where the law strictly forbids abortions, like it's illegal for any reason. Basically what they're saying is, like, there are places clearly where you can still get abortions, but if you do get one and it occurs less than 6 weeks into the pregnancy, a private citizen can essentially bring a lawsuit against anyone who received the abortion or those who essentially, I don't know, aided and abetting.
More. You meant more than 6 weeks, right? Not less than 6 weeks. More than 6 weeks.
Less than 6 weeks.
More than 6 weeks.
Less than. Or more than. Yeah, sorry. More than.
That's okay. Okay, just checking.
Yeah, you're right. 6 weeks is the threshold.
I just don't get, when I explain that to people, I don't get how me sue. Let's say, how is it that another citizen can sue you for getting an abortion?
The same way someone could sue you for committing some sort of tortious wrong to them. You know, like, I don't know, if you crash into me with your car or something like that.
Taylor, they're basically making it so that the government can't stop you from getting an abortion. So whether you're for abortion or against abortion isn't the point here. The point is that they're making it so the government's not in the picture anymore, and that they're encouraging neighbors basically to tattle on each other. So even if, which is worse than it. Are you following that, Taylor? I don't know if I explained that well.
I'm following. I'm just seeing Matt shake his head.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And they're going to try to do the same thing that from the story that Hobart read last week. The Democrats are going to try to do the same thing with assault rifles in California. It's not going to be legal to have them, but your neighbor, if he sees you using one, can then sue you for up to $10,000.
Well, what can they sue you? I'm confused on
what. That's the part that I'm trying to ask Hobart to explain, but no one knows.
I think it's the slippery slope of the only way that, like, a top-down total authoritarian works is if the citizens police each other all the time. There's no way you could hire enough police to keep the cap on everybody. But if you just reward people from going after each other, then they police each other on their own.
Right. So what you're saying, Sevan, is they're going to assault rifles are illegal in California, or I'm confused. They are illegal.
No,
well,
basically,
the assault rifle one's a little bit more nuanced than that. I think it was how you procure certain types of firearms. And, if you procure something that is against, or not against, but breaks some sort of California law, they're trying to push legislature through such that private citizens could essentially sue other private citizens who possess illegal firearms.
Okay.
Assault rifles,
so the Constitution is supposed to support your rights, and so of bearing firearms. So they found a way around it so that basically somehow the state can ban them without affecting your constitutional rights by having your neighbors sue you. The same thing with the Republicans are doing in Texas with abortion. It's insanity if we start turning citizens against citizens. That's basically China
law structure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. How is Colin Lawrence not chiming in here and explaining the whole thing to us in 3 sentences?
Actually, Colin, I have a gerrymandering article today, so we'll get to it. Which is even more confusing in the SB 8 law. But anyway, first and foremost, COVID scams. Unemployment, and this blew my mind. Actually, it didn't blow my mind. I 100% expected something like this to happen. This is under politics. Look at us getting through some news. I'm so happy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them checked off in there.
Unemployment insurance programs are among pandemic benefits targeted for fraudsters and organized crime, says this agency, Secret Service, totaling $100 billion. Some $100 billion has potentially been stolen from COVID-19 relief programs designed to help individual businesses harmed by the pandemic, the U.S. Secret Service says. And I think to give some perspective, I believe that COVID relief programs totaled about $932 billion. I could be wrong on that. So this is a fair amount of fraud. The Secret Service, who I was surprised handles this kind of stuff, but they've long been responsible for investigating financial crimes in the U.S., The Justice Department said separately earlier this month that its fraud section has prosecuted over 150 defendants in more than 95 criminals stemming from fraud schemes involving the PPP Paycheck Protection Program that was released to provide aid during COVID. But anyway, the Secret Service said it would work closely with a variety of federal agencies, including the Labor Department, Small Business Administration, the SBA, which have key roles tracking and administering relief funds to investigate and recover fraudulently disbursed funds. The Labor Department said about $87 billion in unemployment benefits might have been paid improperly. I don't laugh because there were people who suffered horrifically from their ability to work during COVID, and probably who desperately needed unemployment benefits, and someone else is just shirking them for it. The Secret Service said it probes into fraud-related unemployment insurance and SBA loans have led to the seizure of more than $1.2 billion, which is nominal compared to the $87 billion of unemployment benefits that have been paid improperly, and the return of more than $2.3 billion in fraudulently obtained funds. So less than 10% of the total amount that has been paid improperly. The service also said it has more than 900 active criminal investigations tied to specific pandemic-related relief funds. Story blew my mind. Yeah. So there you go. That's going to be a mess.
I only 20 billion of it's in my account.
There you go. Congrats. All right. Where do we want to go next? Let's talk about nature. We'll lighten it up for a little bit.
Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, the lawsuits allow the state to use fines and rewards to enforce law not on the books, preventing the courts or feds from limiting the state power. Yeah, there's got to be a metaphor. I'm getting closer to understanding. We need a metaphor. I need an analogy.
I feel like there's some analogy between parents and children and siblings tattling on each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. It's good. We're getting close, Hobart. Getting close.
I think it would be like, I don't know.
Dude, the comments are going to be this show. The comments we set Taylor up for fucking disaster. You know that, right? Because we've had girls in that seat, and now it's Taylor in there. And like anyone who doesn't like this show, it's just going to be like that show sucked because of Taylor. Don't take any of those to heart, Taylor. They're not true.
No one's saying that, dude. I'm good.
Just give it time, buddy. Give it time.
Way to build him. Way to set him up for success.
Give him time.
Don't give him too much credit, Allison. He's not that funny. Let's talk about nature. Man strangles kangaroo.
Where's that one at?
Good old Tennessee.
God, I hope there's a video with this.
There's not. And it's too bad it's not Rich strangling a kangaroo, eating waffles. In Tennessee, Carter, the kangaroo Carter, was strangled to death on Wednesday evening after he was spotted outside his usual confinement area. Carter's owners, Hope and Chris, were contacted by their neighbors who spotted the kangaroo outside of its normal area, though the kangaroo was still fenced in on the property. At 5 p.m., the authorities had been alerted to reports of what Sumner County Sheriff Tim Bailey described as two people who had been in a battle with a male kangaroo. The female neighbor was assaulted by Carter after stepping into Chris and Hope's property. Her husband then reportedly intervened and strangled the kangaroo to death. He's a Giga Chad. Given that the kangaroo had no way of escaping the fenced-in property, he didn't have nowhere to go, said Hope. He was choked to death in his own space.
Dude, I call bullshit. Have you ever seen a full-size kangaroo?
I'm glad you're saying this because
that would fuck the guy up.
Exactly.
How come we don't have wild kangaroos in this country?
We choke them.
Yeah, because everyone in Tennessee is running around choking them to death.
This is the here.
See, this guy punches him.
This is the second time I've upstaged Hobart's story.
Let's see this.
Yeah, but technically Look at it. Wax that thing.
कुछ बड़े आदमी गाड़ी से जा रहे थे तब उन्होंने देखा कि कांगारू और कुत्ते की काफी देर से फाइट चल रही थी तब कांगारू
Oh, that kangaroo's attacking his dog.
उतर कर उसे छोड़ाने की कोशिश करता है
See, that guy's a Giga Chad, man.
पंच मार के बोलता है कि फिर से गलती मत
Yeah, but he
करना
punches it and the kangaroo just eats it, dude. He doesn't do the kangaroo's like fucking. That didn't do shit to me.
Yeah, kangaroo just took it like a champ.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
did.
I don't know that you.
Kangaroo just took it like a champ.
God, that's. What do you think about that guy? I mean, that guy's ready to fight. Oh,
Listen.
but look how low his left hand is.
Yeah, if that kangaroo had longer arms,
He was gonna take one. That's funny.
Logan Paul would have wrecked his ass. If you're standing up, the kangaroo can kick you with its hind feet, and that can pretty much rip you open.
Yeah.
You need
Wow,
to
is that true?
listen. Here's the strategy to fight a kangaroo. You need to crouch down low and back away. Get to a bush or a tree between you and the kangaroo. It's not going to chase you that far.
Damn.
I don't believe I choked it, or it was like
I don't know if I believed it. I mean, the other thing too is I feel like to choke an animal out, you gotta really commit to that. Unless it was a little kangaroo.
It takes a minute. You would think it would take at least a minute of that thing thrashing around. That's a really bad mental image.
Like, how much of a dick are you if you're choking out like a miniature kangaroo? You know? Oh, good video.
Well, this is just going to be them talking about it.
Was that guy out there with the leaf blower and his kangaroo?
Is that
Yeah, I call bullshit on that story too, Taylor. You're right.
Yeah, it's
No one-
kind of weird.
no-
I don't
No
want
one
to talk
strangled
about it. It's making me sad.
What if it wasn't a kangaroo? They all had it wrong. It was like a cat or something. It was like I don't know.
It's like that dude did it.
Hey, that's a great line because I just know that that's some sort of attack on Taylor. Maybe Sevan is going for the Irish Spring soap sponsor. You just see Taylor naked holding a bar of Irish Spring, like talking to me through my TV set.
Dude, they should stop me.
They should.
All right, let's do one more nature story, and then we're gonna get down to some real good political shit.
Okay.
A Singapore resident, this is the fuck nature again. I don't believe this story is real. A Singapore resident was hospitalized after a bizarre animal attack last month when he was accosted by a gang of otters who reportedly bit him 26 times. Listen to the quotes this guy says. I actually thought I was going to die. They were going to kill me. In his 60s, Graham George Spencer was reportedly approaching the visitor center when he spotted around 20 otters. And the other thing is, like, where the hell are otters just rolling around like this?
20 deep.
20 deep. I've never heard of this in my life.
The gang of otters.
20, I don't know. I'm not an otter expert.
Aren't otters endangered?
Well, they're going to be now after this guy goes on a killing spree. 20 otters crossing a dimly lit path in front of him. He claimed it was the first time he had seen the otters in the area, despite taking his morning walks there for 5 months. Like, was this guy just on a crazy ass trip? The animal encounter went south after a jogger ran through the pack, causing the fish eaters to go crazy like dogs and try to bite the passerby.
Ooh, that's a bad bite on his ankle.
He said he was, listen to this stat, he was bitten. How the fuck? You're getting attacked by otters. You're freaking out. You're 60. You're on the ground. You feel defenseless. But he has the wherewithal to say, quote, I was bitten 26 times in 10 seconds. Who is this guy? Yeah, right? Anyway, salvation. The article carries on. Salvation came to our dear friend, Graham George Spencer, when his friend, who was about 15 paces away, this guy's amazing with numbers, ran up to him screaming and yelling in an attempt to scare the hairy hooligans off. And the adjectives in this article, I think this is a fake article. However, I just pray it's not. This isn't the first time the otters have assaulted someone. They're ageist. The most recent incident occurred in May when a 77-year-old man who was bitten on the leg near the Kalang River. Don't ask what that is.
Jesse Smollett? Is his name Jesse Smollett?
Oh God!
I mean, if we don't believe him, let's figure this out. Let's get to the bottom of this. What's his angle?
Meanwhile, in a similar instance in 2019, a man was forced to rescue his dog from a pack of vicious otters in Alaska. Nonetheless, this man feels lucky to be alive. He says, if it wasn't for my friend, I don't think I'd still be here.
Hey, and just so you know,
He
that
was
a
bitten
black
26
lab. That was
times.
a gay black lab that was attacked by those otters. Just so you know.
He was
Oh, there it is. This guy's eating on the show too. That's what redheads think they can do. Taylor's eating on the show.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
I muted myself so you couldn't even fucking hear it, okay?
Yeah, I just saw lettuce and shit falling out of your mouth.
Hey, he's in training, man, for Wodapalooza.
I understand.
Yeah. Can't get into feeding.
Right.
time.
I would have been far rather been okay with Emily putting a yoni egg in than eating on the show.
I'm
I
glad
would have been able to handle that, man. Your head would have spun around 8 times and shot off your shoulders like a pop cap.
Yeah, I agree. It would have.
She like called me out
Right.
at the end. Remember? She's like, I had a great time, especially talking to you,
Fix
Caesar.
this stupid light.
Are
right,
you
we're gonna talk
sore,
about-
Hobart? Are you sore?
No, I got to fix this light. We're going to talk about gerrymandering.
Are you
I actually
sitting
am
on
pretty
something?
sore.
Why are you moving funny?
I'm pretty sore.
Yeah, see? I knew it. Well, your other choice was that you were sitting on a fucking like candle holder or dildo or something. You were moving funny.
I'm sitting on a yoni egg the size of a cantaloupe.
Yes.
Gerrymandering.
Oh, what is this bullshit? Time out. Shout out to James Hobart for being
Cheers,
the man.
Aaron.
Sevan, you never returned my email after we met at the after party in Random Bar in Madison. Never got that interview. Thanks. Fuck off. Wow.
Yeah, man, because Sevan was blacked out and he didn't fucking remember it. You give him a break.
Promise
Let me-
everybody interviews.
Isn't that amazing? Before we get to Aaron McNew's comment, isn't that amazing that Apple has a fuck you? Like I get that. That's
The
really
middle
cool. That's
finger
like the
emoji.
most risque thing that Apple does. Yeah, they have the middle finger emoji. That's like edgy for Apple. They're so straight laced and scared.
They took the gun emoji away.
Yeah.
Did
Hey,
they really?
Do you flip someone off like this, or do you do this? Do you do this or this?
I go like I go the double always.
Yeah, you
Ooh.
never do this one,
No,
like the
that's
jet
Oh,
airplane.
like where it's like
the arthritic one.
Yeah, just a. Excuse me.
no, the double
All right.
or like the mega.
Hey, Aaron, I want to say sorry, but it would be insincere. Okay, go on, Hobart.
All right, here we go. Oh damn, Wad Zombie coming in.
Yeah. Well, that's the equity. That's the equity component of the show right there. Just covering all our bases.
All right, this light's gonna drive me insane. Maybe Sevan will send me a nice halo light so I can do these and just be well lit for these.
I think
shows coming up.
I think he is doing individual. You're doing individual, right, Taylor?
Correct. Yep.
Did anyone offer you to do team?
No.
Oh.
Don't
Okay.
have any plans.
Hey, James,
All right,
you really wanna-
gerrymandering.
You really want the light?
Yeah,
All right, we'll send you in.
thanks, man. Because I just spent all
Hey,
my
this
savings
is
on these
bullshit,
new Apple
like-
iPhones.
Like Colin thinks he knows everything. This is not true, right? It's 100 times more difficult to remove an emoji than add one.
He's right.
It's a coding issue. He says, "What the fuck does he know?"
He's a coder, man.
Fucking, he lives in like fucking Reno or some shit. He don't know shit.
I love how that switched. When you wanted him to do a metaphor you agree with, you were all for it. The way you're like, fuck off, you don't know anything.
Yes.
So, gerrymandering. Firefighters know everything. Oh, waters of oblivion. Well done. All right. So, in representative democracies, gerrymandering refers to the political manipulation of electoral district boundaries with the intent of creating undue advantage for a party, group, or socioeconomic class within the constituency. For example, making sure that Sevan and all his rich friends, making sure that their votes count. The word was created in reaction to a redrawing of this is a great story, Massachusetts Senate election districts under Governor Elbridge Gerry, later Vice President of the United States. Gerry, who personally disapproved of this practice signed a bill, this is a very long time ago, that redistricted Massachusetts for the benefit of the Democratic Republican Party. My, how times have changed. Now, recently, California, The goal of this year's gerrymandering was to help Latino, Asian American, and Black candidates win seats, and it resulted in some very oddly shaped districts. Now, a lot of this also has to do with the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which removed barriers to Black enfranchisement in the South, banning poll taxes, literacy tests, and other measures that effectively prevented African Americans from voting. Now, in 2008, California Citizens Redistricting Commission, established in 2008, says on its website that lines shall not be drawn to favor either political party. Yet the map released this week miraculously locks in 44 safe Democratic seats in the House of Representatives compared to only 5 safe Republican seats. As a reminder, California's population is about 40% Latino, 35% white, 15% Asian American, and 5.5% Black. This is according to the state's finance department's demographic unit. Pause.
Can we see this map? If I saw the map, I could get into this article more. Like if I was like,
I don't know if there's a map.
Yeah, then I call bullshit. This story's not true. Democrats would never do something like that. They're good, loving people.
So 8 GOP, so Republican-leaning seats out of the 52, or 15.4%, is significantly less than the Republican vote share in state congressional elections, which is about 33.7%.
Interesting.
So, Sevan, so if you want an example, let's imagine the popular vote in the U.S. and let's say 50% vote Republican, 50% vote Democratic, but somehow, because of something like an electoral college or gerrymandering or redistricting, you have 70% of the representatives that end up in the government are Republican and only 30% are Democrats, even though the popular vote looks like it's split equally between the two.
Right.
In 2018, the political data website 538 set up an automated redistricting tool. At the time, California had 53 rather than 52 House seats, but under this model created by this automated tool of a Democratic gerrymander, Republicans would be expected to win 7.8 of California's House seats on average, comparable to the GOP's likely representation under the new map. If districts were drawn to maximize voting competitiveness, the GOP would win 13.7 as compared to 7.8 seats, according to this model. But it does have the effect of amplifying identity politics, or so this article suggests, including white identity politics. When jurisdictions are carved along ethnic lines, politicians in both parties have less need to build multi-ethnic coalitions.
I did make that last sentence makes me hate the article even more.
I figured. But it's a really interesting problem, I guess, in terms of gerrymandering, because when I was researching this more and more, there doesn't seem to be really clear ways to sort of solve in order to avoid it. But it does look like it's currently used to still favor certain political parties. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Savant's checked out. All right, let's
go
back.
I'm just looking at this thing Colin Lawrence sent me. It's like, it's no.
Yeah, Texas is one of the worst known offenders for gerrymandering.
Just give California back to Mexico.
Fair deal.
Well, yeah, they already did. Oh.
And just so everybody knows, contacting your representatives, district representatives, or state representatives, call and leave a message instead of writing an email or writing a letter, because their assistants, I believe, have to answer and return calls. So if you want to be a pain in the ass, get on the phone.
They do have to?
Citizen.
How do you know that?
Yeah. I don't know that, just from what research I've looked into as far as like how do you just get involved or just learn more about politics or hassle your own representatives. You're just more likely to get a response and be heard and be responded to if you call as opposed to email and or letter.
Oh, okay. I don't want to talk to anyone.
Good. That was just for everybody out there.
What's your shirt mean, Taylor? What's crash mean?
Oh, it's a gym.
Song, man.
It's a gym. Shout out this guy's gym. Crash.
And did you bleach that shirt on accident?
No, he did it and gave it to me. Pretty fucking cool, I think.
But it was that was an accident?
Am I getting the lighting right?
Yeah. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, dude, it's on purpose.
All right, easy.
Come on, man.
Easy. Just because I told you I'm not going to be at Wodapalooza, don't get all puffy chested.
Like you're
I could still show up.
Well, to Colin's point, I think the issues, long-term issues of gerrymandering is that redistricting really only occurs every 10 years. And it has issues that range from, I think, splitting communities in half, splitting towns apart, forcing representatives to have a significantly mixed vested interests and trying to represent people. The other thing is it makes incumbents who are in power very, very, very hard to beat because of redistricting in a lot of places. So if you have crappy, corrupt, outdated politicians in place due to gerrymandering, it's very hard to get them out. And it's not as representative democracy as we would want it to be. We want to go uplifting or we want to go lower?
Lower.
Okay.
I'm about to fall asleep. I need another coffee.
What? I'm bringing the heat right now.
I wonder if I could text my wife to bring me a coffee.
Oh, you kill me. Look at us. Almost 2 hours in. We've gotten through half of our stories. Like, I'm just so proud.
Yeah, you're
Tomorrow I have Dusty Tuckness on. Do you know who Dusty Tuckness is, Taylor?
Is that like
I saw. Wait, where did I see that name?
I made a post about him. He's a bullfighter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, dude. The fucking. So I know a thing or two about bullfighting. I watch Yellowstone.
Explain that. Did you do it?
It was a joke. No, I watch Yellowstone, so that's really all I know about.
Oh, you watch Yellowstone.
Dude, this guy's page is nuts. They have got to have the biggest. I've gotten on a wild pig before, not like on top of it, but like wrestled one, and that's
welcome to college.
Oh wow, your mom's listening, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit! I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry. Hobart. That's not a Hobart joke. That's
Hobart's bringing the heat tonight.
Don't judge him for that. That is way out of character for James. I am so
He needed to
sorry.
wake you up, Sevan. He was waking you up. That's
Ooh,
all.
that one did wake me up. Look at
He's
even
getting
Allison's
fired.
like, holy shit.
You're not gonna be able to.
Holy shit. Look at Hobart's about to turn red. Holy shit! I saw him. He's getting.
Nah, man,
This
I'm
guy
cool as a
Dusty's gonna get
cucumber
tired
right
of you, Sevan. You better keep it.
Oh, dude, let me tell you something. You want to watch fucking interviewing at its finest, next level interviewing? Let me tell you which question I'm opening up with this guy. So this guy's a fucking hardcore Christian, right? Like to the core.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna open with. Did I tell you that we had 311,000 downloads in the Sevan podcast?
No. Can you? What was that number? Can you go over that one more time?
What's the question, Sevan? Come on.
I'm gonna open with this. It's not even a question. It's I'm gonna be like, Dusty, thanks for coming on the show. One of the things I found most fascinating about you is your favorite piece of scripture, James 15:13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And soon as you get one of these like religious dudes like Hopper or something on there and you give the Bible a little love, boom. Or even I can't wait to do a show with you and find out what kind of fucking dark hole you crawled out of. I was just telling fucking Susan, we got to get Taylor on here, just me and him, so I can figure out what the fuck's going on with this dude. But you know that's gonna his heart's gonna like beat like a special beat for me when I bring that up. And what's so fascinating about this part of scripture is that's what this guy fucking does for a living. He gets in between cowboys and bulls. And basically, this was just a bullshit job before he came along. I mean, it was by bullshit, I mean, it was niche. Now there's a whole fucking fan base of people who go to these rodeos, not to see the dudes who ride the horses, but to see this guy get in between the horses and the bulls.
The real question that we need you to ask is, are you doing this because you're friends with these guys?
No, he does it because he's God-fearing. He wants to dedicate his life to helping other people, and he just found this as a great way to do it. He's awesome. I watched a dozen interviews on him. He's wonderful.
Dude, the ball's on him. Oh my gosh.
I had a guy come through a level 1 who's a bullfighter like this, and
It's probably him. He has his level 1.
oh no, I don't think his name was Dusty, but it was funny. So he was like really banged up. You can tell when somebody moves, like you can tell like that guy's had an injury or two. You know, you can just tell. And so we were chatting after because I was giving him some tips, and he goes, you know, he's like, I was a bullfighter for a while, and I was like, yeah, you should have told me that. And he's like, yeah, I had my leg completely shattered, and a bull stepped on my face and broke my entire face, and it was inches away from killing me. And he was like, after that, I realized I should slow down because I have a family. But yeah, that job it's one of the only real sports. Bullfighting. What is that? It's a Hemingway quote. Bullfighting, rock climbing, and podcasting. The only real sports.
You did my level 1, and I did like a workout at lunch, and you made fun of it to the entire level 1 class.
Good. where did we do your level 1?
Hey, that's before CrossFit had a DEI council. They would never do that now.
I'm on HR. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it.
It was at New Jersey.
What was the workout?
Clue. It was wow. It was some sort of assault bike and muscle up, and maybe it was like 3 rounds.
Sounds like something I would do.
Was this at CrossFit Clue or at Morristown?
It was at CrossFit Clue. It was like 2159 assault bike calories, and maybe 753 muscle ups. And you're like, I like that, but I would do more muscle ups. And I'm like,
oh, I said that to you.
Wow. Wow.
I got such a little man syndrome, man. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean, you're right. That was a long time ago. That was 2018.
And now look, did you do more muscle ups in that workout?
No, I think I did the workout. I
was gonna say. I guess I can take all the credit for.
For sure. Yeah. Zoom in right there.
How cool is that gym?
Dude, it's huge. Crazy.
Yeah.
It's so big.
Did you like your level 1? You can be honest and be like, no, you sucked. I can.
No, I loved it. It was cool. Great. I was, you were actually a lot nicer than Donnie Forbes at my level 2.
Yeah, he probably just because he thought you were just a better looking redhead than he was.
Is it true, Hobart, that Donnie has a 10-inch cock?
Actually, so someone just texted me an article. They said, "Hey, here's some content for you." And the article title is "The Big Nose, Big Hose Hypothesis is True, according to study on corpses."
But wait a second. Have you heard that about Donnie? Even I've heard that about Donnie. I've heard that it's a, what's it? Kielbasa. What's it? Kielbasa?
Caballo?
No, kielbasa. What's the giant sausage?
Yeah, kielbasa. No, I have not heard that. I'll text him and ask him.
Yeah, I heard this man is.
Oh,
yes.
Damn.
He dismantled me at my level 2.
Wow.
In our
is that true, Allison? Is that true about Donnie or the article?
No, that's true about Donnie. Man. Hey, so
Taylor, were you in the military?
No, I was not.
No, okay.
Why'd you ask that?
I was curious.
What did you smell? Do you sniff it on him? Do you smell it on him?
No, I was just looking at some of the books on his shelf.
Oh.
No, my
roommate. I had to ask 3 times for you to be honest, Hobart. Sorry, Taylor. Go ahead.
Sorry, Allison. I thought you were talking about that
guy. Guys, 312,000. It's gone up 1,000.
There we go.
Donnie's cock.
Right.
Oh I'm glad you liked your level 1. And yeah, that sounds like something I would say. I would always hassle people at lunchtime workouts.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a douchey thing to do for sure.
Yeah,
but I was also probably just jealous. Like you were probably doing something where I was like, I bet he's fitter than me, and it probably just like made me pissed. So I was like, I'll just go straight ad hominem attack.
At the time, there was no way I was fitter than me. Probably not.
It always seems like at those things, there's a level of like a kind of like a show offiness to it. Like people are like, oh, I got to get in my handstand walk practice today. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
10 minutes before the L1, like, oh, my lunchtime workout is pistols, muscle ups, and triple unders.
I was 100% doing that.
I like that. It should inspire that.
He's just giga chadding it, man. He's giga chadding it.
I love peacocking.
He's just swinging it around. That's why I told him he should do more muscle ups. Like he should just really show off to people.
What did someone send me the other day? Speaking of showing off,
that workout sounds horrible. Fuck that assault bike.
I didn't go fast probably enough to make it that bad back then. I was cycling.
Were we still doing Fran then, or no? Did we do the burpee thruster?
We did the burpee thruster. Yeah.
What was your time?
Wow, I don't remember. I don't know. Either I'm between 3. I think it was 3:48 or 4.
That's a good time.
I think it was maybe 4:11. I'm between those two times, and I don't know why.
Either way, those are good times. Do you remember if we did burpees? If I would at my seminars, I would always try and do burpees to a target.
You did it to the pull-up bar. Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a really good time for that setup then.
I like burpees now.
Hey, did you ever see that meme of the vacuum cleaner? They get like wrapping a vacuum cleaner as a Christmas present.
Is this related to like the big nose thing, big hose, or totally?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if you can see this, but it's it says I should have left it in the box.
Oh, that's a Dyson too. That's nice.
Okay.
All right, let's pick it up. Let's go. Hey, little follow-up article. End of the year. Remember that volcano we talked about in the Canary Islands just causing lots of havoc back in September 19th? Well, it finally stopped. So officially, Saturday, following 10 days of no lava flows or seismic activity or significant sulfur dioxide emissions. Stay out of my bedroom. But the emergency in La Palma, the most northwest island in the Atlantic Ocean archipelago, is not over due to the widespread damage the eruption caused. The Canaries Volcanic Emergency Committee said in announcing the much anticipated milestone of it finally stopping. Fiery molten rock flowing down toward the sea destroyed around 3,000 buildings, entombed banana plantations and vineyards, ruined irrigation systems, and cut off roads. But no injuries or deaths were directly linked to the eruption. Turns out volcanoes safer than COVID. The government valued the loss of buildings and infrastructure at more than 900 million euros, which is about $1 billion US.
Which island was it? I'm looking at the Canary.
This is one of the Canary Islands. I think it was La Palma. Is the city or the island?
There was something you said in there that kind of caught.
Look at that. It's a volcanic soccer ball.
Dude, would that take a leg off? That reminds me of like Gettysburg, the movie.
Yeah, I was thinking The Patriot.
Oh, that's the movie. Yep.
Yeah, when he gets his leg blasted off by the cannonball.
Good movie.
What a great movie.
Oh, it's not the northmost island in the Atlantic. It's the northmost canary of the Canary Islands. Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was tripping on. Okay. Speaking of islands and Africa and volcanoes, I watched the Netflix movie 14 Peaks.
Oh, sick movie.
Last night.
I just watched The Alpinist. I haven't watched 14 Peaks.
14 Peaks way better, in my opinion.
Okay.
I thought The Alpinist was just kind of like a reboot of the Alex Honnold one.
I haven't seen The Pianist.
I got like 10 minutes in and I was like, this is just like Alex Honnold's interviews, and I'm bored.
Yeah. I also watched the new James Bond and the new Matrix.
Oh, new Matrix. Have you seen Dune?
I did watch Dune. Yeah.
Did you read the book or no?
I didn't read the books. My dad was a huge fan, and so I have a little familiarity with him. I just felt like they tried to fit too much in that. I feel like that movie should have been 3 movies.
Yeah, I've read the book, so I'm just a little reluctant to pull the trigger.
That was just I think it's beautiful to see.
Yeah,
it's a gorgeous. I just wanted it to be like I wanted that movie to be 2 movies.
Gotcha.
What did you read Dune, Taylor?
Yeah.
Where did you read it at? Where were you when you read it?
Most of the time, like in my bed before I went to sleep.
Oh,
nice.
It just seems like one of those giant books like that you read when you're in rehab. Like you got the Bible and then you got like something like Dune or Gone with the Wind or some shit like that. Like you're like, all right, I'm just digging in.
I was on a what's his last name? Digital Fortress, the guy who wrote Inferno and Da Vinci Code.
Oh yeah. Dan Brown.
I was on a big Dan Brown kick that time. So I think I read Digital Fortress, and he has another one that's in some like winter apocalyptic. Those are the 2 books I read in rehab, Sevan, since you asked.
Oh, thank you. I I couldn't make it through the new Bond. I made it about an hour through, but I was told recently by someone who saw the new Bond and the new Matrix that basically they have the same ending, meaning the ending is like, yeah, some people just want to be taken care of and they don't care if they just want to be taken care of and told what to do. Actually, a friend of mine went and saw the Matrix in a movie theater, and everyone in there was wearing masks except for him. And he said at the end of the movie, people cheered because it was about freedom. And he's looking around and he's like, dude, they're talking about you jackasses.
That's funny. I think I know that friend.
Oh, did he tell you the same story?
But that movie is heavy on that. It's super heavy on that concept of like just being really like plugged in, not just like the Matrix, but just a certain lifestyle and not worrying about the misery around you if your life is just okay enough. Yeah, the Matrix is interesting.
Thank you.
But Keanu Reeves, almost 60. Dude looks good.
He is almost 60?
Amazing.
I think he's 57.
That's crazy. He's like the Jennifer Aniston on the male side, I would say.
Oh man.
Hey, how does Bond get better as it goes along? I made it about an hour and just fucking tuned out, walked away.
I think the problem with the Bond movie is like the whole time. The other movies, you feel like they're building towards something, and the whole time I was watching that movie, I just feel like they were just going through the motions to get to the end. Like you knew what the end was going to be, and they were just, I don't know, it was too obvious.
Tom Cruise is 59.
Damn.
Holy shit. 59?
I can't wait to get plastic surgery.
I need glasses now. I got actually my license renewed like a month ago, and I just didn't realize that you would have to stick your head in one of those things and do a little eye test, and she had to help me a lot.
Oh, because you couldn't answer the questions?
Yeah. She was like, read the top row, and I read the 6 letters, and she was like, you don't see anything before that? I was like, no. Dude, I need
glasses.
Not great, but whatever.
Dude, that's like no bedside manner. All right, go on, James.
Holiday flights were canceled.
Oh, I sounded like Bond. Like Bond's girlfriend. Go on, James.
I like that.
James,
I like that you're
on.
one of my Bond girls.
James. Oh, James. Hey, does Cassandra ever do that to you?
Yeah.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
She does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Does that make your hair stick up on the back of your neck at all? Like,
it is right now, just thinking about it.
yeah. Oh, James. Hey, that probably shortens your refractory period by 50%, huh?
100. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, James.
Which is rough. All right. United Airlines and Delta Airlines both canceled dozens of Christmas Eve flights because of staff shortages amid the surge in infections. United Airlines canceled 177 flights and Delta canceled 150 flights. Data from the website FlightAware showed as of 11:56 a.m., so noontime Friday. More than 2,100 flights globally were scrapped, with 527 cancellations within, into, or out of the United States, according to this site, FlightAware. The average number of new COVID-19 infections has risen 37% to 165,000 per day over the past week, according to Reuters. As Omicron spreads, the Biden administration announced it would lift travel restrictions on 8 southern African countries imposed last month after the variant was detected there first.
Okay, stop. I have questions. So when you report something like that, 138,000 cases a day, does that mean, or 165,000 cases a day, does that mean I don't know, some number that size or larger got tested? How do they get that number?
I think they're using positive tests, so it could be duplicates, right? Am I wrong?
Well, no, but what I mean is like, did only 5,000 people take the test, and then they're like, okay, there's 330 million people in the United States, to divide, 500 or 5,000 into 330 million, and then time was that? I mean, is that what they're doing, or because maybe there's really 800,000 new positive cases every day, and only 330,000 are getting tested.
Well, I think actually your scenario is closer to the truth.
The first one or second one?
Second one.
I thought that those
I mean, it's not even a story unless you tell that part. Like anyone with fucking like 6 brain cells can do nothing with that data unless you know the big picture. Like how the fuck can you report how many people have it without telling me how you fucking got the data? It means nothing.
It's actually illegal
It
to
means
question
nothing.
it.
I only
you
have
don't-
5
you don't
brain
question
cells,
it.
so I don't really understand it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just scared. That's all I know. I'm very scared.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's okay. Good. All right. That's fine. You
But
guys come
if
over
you
to my
knew-
house. You can sleep in my yard.
If you knew something like
goodness.
if like 20 million people were tested, but 165,000 tested positive per day, does that help you?
Yeah, like that would be enormous. That would be huge. Explain this to me. What do you mean, Brian? What do you mean? What do you mean? Come on, what? Come on your face? Come on what?
No, he's saying here it's the media. They
Oh,
never
sorry.
tell us the truth.
Yeah.
Come on,
Sorry.
Sevan.
Okay, so you're on. Sorry.
Yvonne, take that
Yes.
back. Be nice.
I
to
take
Brian.
that back.
his
Come on,
face.
Hobart's
Become-
face. Sorry. Come on, Hobart's face. Sorry.
Don't do
Just
Brian
getting a little
shit
wound
like
up.
that.
Little wound
But
up.
so here's a
Well,
nice stat. Here's a
sorry.
stat that you might like. The TSA on Thursday screened 2,187,000 passengers through U.S. airports.
Okay, I like this.
This is a decrease of about 365,000 over the number of travelers it screened pre-pandemic on the same date in 2019. So we saw a, I don't know, 15% decrease. Is that the right math? In travelers since 2019?
Hey, I heard it was 2.2 million people they were expecting to fly every single day for like a week, 7 days straight.
Well, I think, and also I just read a crazy stat. I think there's 42,000 flights per day. Yeah, 2.5 million passengers fly every day in and out of U.S. airports, which when you talk about like,
and
if there's 42,000 flights per day and only 177 were canceled, 150 dealt, so 300 flights were canceled, like who cares?
Brian, thank
Whoever
you for
was
the
traveling
$5.
cared.
That's why I busted a nut on Hobart's face and not yours. So you thank you. For $6, I'll nail Taylor too.
Didn't even feel it. You need to eat some vitamin E and pineapple, pal.
You're
here for
gross,
you tonight, man.
You're
I
really
am.
gross, James.
It's being
You're
on this-
gross.
You've changed me. Don't
you ever
Google
used to-
that, Mom. Don't Google that.
I used to go in the bathroom with my friends in the 2nd grade, like at lunchtime, and we would all go in the bathroom and we would just say swear words. Did you ever do that? And so we'd be like, I'd be like fuck, and another guy'd be like bitch, another kid'd be like ass,
And then
be
you'd
like,
combine them, and you'd be
yes,
like, oh,
yes, yes,
that's good.
bitch ass shithole. Ah!
Oh, he said bitch ass shithole.
D word, and someone would be like, I said the D word.
But there's another
God, life
story
is
here.
good.
Oh yeah, here we go. TSA checkpoint travel numbers.
Okay, so here's my question: How are these all the people who aren't afraid? Like,
Hey, can I go pee?
How are you? Yeah, how are you concerned about Omicron, the most vicious of all the Transformers that ever lived, and get in a Coca-Cola can and fly around with people?
I hate flying and driving
Me-
to Miami.
Me too. How are you going to get to Miami?
Driving.
How many hours?
Like 10.
Oh,
I think that we're going to hit it out of the park so good for Wodapalooza, the coverage that we're going to be asked to do the games, which would be crazy. I really am smoking crack, but I do think it's true. And that means I'm going to have to drive to Madison.
how
You
long?
won't fly? Why won't you fly?
What?
Why won't you fly?
I don't fly. I will not fly.
Why?
I will not comply.
Okay.
Oh, I should do a Dr. Seuss book. I will not fly, my friend Taylor. I will not fly. I will not comply. Damn, I wish your name had ended with like a
An I.
I sound. Yeah. I will not fly. Yeah, Colin, let's add that to the list of books to write, please. No, sorry, I cannot. I cannot fly. I will not fly unless you know someone who has a jet who will come get me. Watsonville. Have them land it there. It can handle a G4, G5. I will not fly, Hobart. I will not comply. I take a sigh. I shot a load in your eye. My, oh my.
Do you want to cry? That will cause an infection and you will get a sty.
Oh my god.
If it goes untreated, you just might die.
Oh, perfect.
Antibiotics.
Caleb, please clip that for us.
Hi.
Stamp it. 2 hours 18 minutes
What,
in.
what was the verdict on that? Are those, you said those are the people who just aren't afraid, or maybe just have to do jobs, or
I don't know. I think that like there's this people people are just want to spin the narrative that suits them. Okay, so I can be scared, but I can still like get on a plane because it's okay if you wear a mask. And I like they're just like molding this story so that they can still get their life done and wear their mask and be scared. Like they want to feel all of these things, but still get to grandma's house. And it's like,
or maybe they're just feeling like it's too much of a hassle for them to fight it because they feel like they have no real recourse and they're just trying to go about their daily lives.
so, some really,
They'll let
really,
the politicians do the fighting for them.
yes. And they just want to go to sleep in the Matrix. I used to fly around in a Cirrus. I'm too good for a Cirrus now, Eric. Sorry. I'm surprised you don't have, a Cirrus jet. Yeah. I just saw one of those for the first time last week. Those are crazy.
What's a Cirrus jet?
It's got its like wing or engine in a weird spot. Let's
find out.
How I just saw an athlete. I just saw a meme that said people who, I don't know if it's a meme. I just saw a story that said, "Oh my goodness, look at this name for James, Cumbarded." I mean, that's really forced, right? Cumbarded.
That was forced. There was one in an earlier I misspelled queef. You called him Queef Bart. That was a good one.
Wow, I didn't realize the Cirrus jet had that much room in it.
Yeah, it looks roomy.
So there's Hobart, there's this people now who are being called anti-vax who won't get the booster. They have both vaccines, they've got the double shot, but they won't get the booster and they're being called unvaxxed. And it's just like I think some people are just like they've had it. Not you though. You're just chill. You haven't had it. You're okay with cum jokes on your face. You're chill.
I'm pretty chill, man.
You're super chill. You're a Gemini.
All publicity is good publicity.
Oh, James.
Hey, you need that guy to give us one of those in that accent.
Yes, Mr. England. Will you give me a James?
Oh, James. No, that one was terrible.
Maybe one of our 3 female listeners can send that to me as a voice message.
We've already asked too much of them tonight.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all of the studies and reports that hopefully come out about like large populations and fear in the future and how it affects the way people think. Because some
of the most pro-vaccine people in the world are now coming out about how masks for kids are complete fucking insanity.
And we're shadow banned.
And there goes our YouTube channel.
And
the Liver King. Recommendation of the week in theaters Christmas Day and on Apple TV. Coen Brothers directing a brand new Macbeth, black and white, starring Denzel Washington as Macbeth. Lady Macbeth, Frances McDormand.
Wow, of course.
So the Joe Cohen, Fargo, No Country for Old Men, Big Lebowski, might have heard of him. I don't know. Article just reviewed it, spoke very highly of it. I'm excited to watch it. Denzel Washington, who last performed Shakespeare on screen in 1993. Much Ado About Nothing is superb in this title role as Macbeth, fears while also making his madness credible. If you're unfamiliar with the story, just great story about how fear takes over your entire life and at the same time will destroy it. So wonderful and topical at the same time. Going to be on Apple TV January 14th. So for the 5 people that have Apple TV, enjoy.
You don't have Apple TV? You really?
No, I don't have. I have an Apple TV. I don't do the Apple TV Plus. I'm an HBO Max guy. I'm a Hulu guy.
TV Plus either. Yeah. I don't do either of those either.
Love the.
I do
Nasty
YouTube.
Nate, man. Come on.
That's rough. Taylor just read it. Oh, and we put it on there.
Oh my god.
All right.
Go ahead and Google that.
I just want to read this and then we'll just we'll take it off the screen. Nasty N8 writes, James has his Red Wings.
I think it's Nasty Nate.
Oh, Nasty Nate. Sorry.
I think it's Nasty N8. I think you're right.
Okay, let's go on. Hey, our moms don't get that one, James, so don't worry.
Yeah, but they're sure as shit Googling it, man.
That's what I said. Google that one.
Oh my god! Hey, look at. Would you rather? Sevan drives a Prius. I mean, this guy's just bombing all of us. Everyone's taking a shot.
I think electric cars are kind of cool.
What do you drive, Sevan?
I drive a minivan. I drive a Toyota Sienna.
Nice.
Hey,
spaceship is what that is.
Fully loaded. Fully loaded.
Fully
oh, you know, speaking
loaded.
of cars, I was just thinking today, what kind of moron buys a Jeep?
Taylor owns a Jeep, man.
I do not drive a Jeep. I don't know.
What kind of
It's
idiot?
a Jeep thing, baby.
What
What do you drive? You drive
Hey.
a Raptor?
You don't drive a Jeep. It's a lifestyle.
Oh, I used to drive a Subaru.
Oh, you're wonderful. Thank you.
WRX?
Yeah,
Little Rex? Hell yeah. Hatchback or sedan?
it's a 20. So they stopped making the hatchback in 2015. It's a 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I had a 2014 Rex. I just
Gosh,
sold
Cup.
it this year.
Wow. So it put some good miles on for you. You like that?
I bought it certified pre-owned, but the one I had a 2008 just Impreza before that, and I put like 160 on it, and I crashed it.
Oh,
Look at. I type in the word Jeep into Google or into DuckDuckGo, and the first link is a clothing brand that's Jeep. That's how shitty the car is. And
Giga Chad.
I'm telling you, Jeep, if you want me to change my opinion, you're gonna have to give me one for free. These cars are so fucking loud.
You should type in a Rivian Automotive or the new what's the new Rivian truck? The new electric truck that they're making is so cool.
Let me show you these. Look at these. Like, are any one of these? Like, can you talk on the phone on any one of these and have a good conversation?
No, man.
I mean, these are the fucking noisiest. I don't know what that is.
you can't
That a
really
Jeep
in a
too?
WRX either.
Say that again.
So you can't really in my car either. It's pretty noisy.
No, yeah, you cannot in a WRX. It is the loudest thing in the world.
I mean, it's cool looking, I guess.
You got to get the Rubicon version though. That thing just looks like wimpy. That's not enough truck for me to make up for all my inadequacies. That's why I bought a F-150.
And that's actually what I was thinking. I
That's
think a
a
Jeep
large.
just screams you have a nice size nose.
Yeah, that's why, and that's why I don't own one.
Yeah.
I'm glad you finally got a decent picture of me on the thumbnail.
Oh, you like that one?
Yeah, that's an old one, but that's a good one. Yeah, that thing is so cool. The R1T. So, of all the businesses that didn't do well during COVID, initial public offerings or IPOs, in which companies' shares are sold to investors on one or more stock exchanges, raised a whopping record $594 billion 2021 globally, according to data providers. This represents a growth of 81% in proceeds and a 51% increase in total number of IPOs from the year before. The article
Did you just say growth?
growth?
Did I mention that the show has 313,000 downloads in the last 7 days? Sorry,
Has it really
go on.
got up 2,000 since we've been on this show?
It's crazy, right?
After
what-
this show, though, it's
James-
just somehow people are going to undownload. They're
It's gonna go
going to give it back. Through. They're going to be like, "Fuck it, I'm going to return it. I don't want it. I bought it. I tried it. I didn't like it."
I hate it when people pin me in the comments like this. Like, Sevan should drive a Volvo, perfect for his personality. I mean, he's probably right.
Volvos are cool.
I know, but you
What
don't
is
want
a
anyone to know that
Magnus, what is a Volvo personality? Lay that on me.
just like an uptight douche, like a guy who folds his napkins. Like, you know, it's like,
He always buttons his top button.
yeah, it's just like, and
Only
I'm trying
does-
to hide
only
it by
does-
wearing a
only does-
TMT.
Only does missionary with hands on the shoulders.
oh my God.
Keeps his legs like this tight together.
Holy shit.
Oh my
It's
god!
on his shoulders.
I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that tonight, James. Thank you.
Just hands on shoulders. Let's
You know, if I did that, my wife would just stop me and be like, "My wife would stop me and be like, 'Are you okay?'"
She'd like check your temperature.
Is this a bad time? Is this a
What's
bad
wrong? Are
time?
we fighting?
She'd like pull on your face to see if it's a mask.
She turns the lights on. Sevan, is that you?
Oh, with the lights off. Oh my god.
Taylor's over there is like, you guys have sex? Oh my goodness. Okay, what were you saying about the stock market?
IPOs are doing really well throughout the last year. 51% increase in the total number of IPOs from the year before. The biggest firms behind this year's initial public offerings. You know, what was a bummer is this article, and I got to research this, a little follow-up next week, why IPOs have increased so much. But anyway, I think well, it doesn't matter. The biggest firms behind this year's IPOs came from the technology and healthcare sectors, with 426 technology IPOs and 332 healthcare-related companies going public. Combined, this represented nearly half of all the IPO proceeds raised in 2021 by companies worldwide, according to this article.
Can I read something really quick? Sorry. An IPO is an initial public offering of a company stock. So IPO is basically like when something goes public, right? Like Lululemon used Lululemon used to be owned by one guy and then it went public.
It's when you're going to basically share or sell stocks on a stock exchange of your company. So you're basically going to share ownership, sell ownership of your company, ownership quotes, on a public stock exchange.
So basically you sold out. You have a fiduciary duty now to the people invested in your company. And you no longer have, your company can no longer have a mission that's more important than making money. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that could happen before an IPO as well, too, once you get a board involved.
I love how good the callers are.
Low blow.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
Nothing. What's our caller? Where's our caller at? Get them on.
Yeah, caller. Hi.
Hey, it's Colin. Mars is a little busy. He's looking for a job. He needs some help.
Colin. Yes. Hi. How are you?
You guys help out?
Yes, absolutely. Colin, we type this. Write this down. Do you got a pen and paper?
Yeah, I got it.
BARBELLJOBS.com. Just tell him to go over there. Sorry.
Wait. Let me read it back to you. HANDJOBS.com.
Close enough. You'll find something there too.
It's called an old-fashioned, man. It's called an old-fashioned.
Colin, that's the oldest profession in the job. Sounds like that person has a job.
Hey, I need a little something for my supplements too. Like I'm not getting enough nutrition, not hitting like all the macros and micros I need. Can you help me out?
Yes, absolutely. I highly recommend you check out Ancestral Supplements and maybe invest in a new phone line also.
Oh, okay. I'll work on it. I'll pass this on to Mars. I know he was going to call in, but he's trying to get a job.
He's getting his Red Wings. All right. Thank you, Colin.
Thank you.
All right. Peace. Yes. Just working it all into the show. Someone's got their YouTube window open.
Not me.
It was Taylor. You could tell his face turned a little red. He felt bad. Oh, he's still got his YouTube window open.
No, he's muted now. He's going to get it figured out.
All right.
Okay, IPOs. Initial public offerings.
Rivian Automotive was one of this year's largest IPOs, raising over $12 billion in its market debut in November. Meanwhile, shares of the Chinese ride-hailing app Didi lost over 40% of its value since $4.4 billion debut on the New York Stock Exchange in June.
Wow.
British food delivery app Deliveroo was also down 46%, despite raising $2.1 billion upon its launch in March. Still, many analysts say that investors are likely to continue taking risks with IPOs in the months to come, driven by low interest rates and the reopening of economies due to the global COVID-19 vaccination push. Thank you, vaccines, for stimulating our economy. Sevan, take it away.
He's gone.
Where'd he go? Wow, look at that chair.
He
just left.
Empty chair.
All right, let's keep rolling here. There you go.
Yeah, just skip past that one.
I wonder if the IPOs are occurring because of companies selling, people just being like, I don't want to deal with this economy anymore.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of everything. There's so much money in the system right now too, with how much has been printed and everything else.
Well, there's that, and I do think within, like you were saying, like
more investment in the
insurance
stock market.
rates, yes, interest rates being so low, and I think wealthy investors are finally starting to push a lot more money into the economy. But
yeah,
I don't know. It was an interesting story. Made me kind of sad because I also read that there was like on Yelp released a stat where it was like something to the tune of like, I don't know, 100,000 businesses or small businesses are permanently closed.
Yeah,
there's crazy stats around small businesses too. But yeah, so we got a couple left, guys. We're doing a nice job. Taylor,
did you answer this question? What was the biggest IPO in Europe? That's a good question.
Oh, I didn't see biggest IPO in Europe.
Hobart's not really a size guy.
DDs don't lose their value. What's DDs?
Developmentally disabled.
Double Ds. My bad.
I have
a payday for founders getting money to expand. I get it.
Okay, here we go. Europe's biggest IPO markets of the year. Oh, nope. I don't have a Bloomberg subscription. I won't be looking at this article. All right. We can move on. Sorry, Hobart. Didn't mean to hijack.
Fun. That chair costs more in your house.
Someone bought me this chair. That's funny you say that. This chair is not cheap.
I didn't know Bumble went public.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who gives a fuck about the most fascinating James? Thank you, James. The most fascinating IPOs. Fascinating? What is that? Some sort of woke metric?
Oh, here we go.
Fascinating.
I think it's fascinating because someone fails spectacularly. Not Bumble.
That's where girls go.
What does it say about Texas outlawing? Also that year, she and Bumble, go down a little bit. Bumble helped get on the books the new Texas law outlining digital sexual harassment. Yeah, you get to sue people. If someone who has digitally sexually harassed someone else, you can sue them for up to $10,000.
Perfect. Hey, did you see? Was there a case of someone who got like sexually accosted in the metaverse, then sued the other person?
How can you get sexually accosted in the metaverse? Just
like my avatar touches your avatar's cock and balls without you saying it's okay.
Oh, when we get into the metaverse, man, I'm gonna.
I know exactly what you're gonna do. The real James Hobart.
So you could be punished by $500 for sending unsolicited D pics.
Good thing I don't live in Texas.
That's good, man. I mean, like, unless you got because I just don't imagine the people sending dick pics have a real admirable hog.
Oh yes, they do. That's why they do
you
it.
Think so? Do you think? Yeah. You think it's guys? You have like a what do they say? Spiral vein going up to the Thunderdome, like.
Dude, let me tell you what they do. This is what I bet they do. They hold a fucking can like this or like a fucking Red Bull can next to their cock, and then they take a picture of it and snap it. That's what I would do if I was fucking.
If you're not holding one of those 24-ounce triple monster cans, I don't want to see it.
It ain't a Pringles can.
Yeah.
I had this. Pop. Oh, I better not tell that story.
Yeah, I don't.
It's because I think this person who told me the story, I think she listens, but I better not.
Here's a story. So, young girl.
Okay, I'm gonna tell it like this. I'm gonna tell it like this. If never mind, I don't know. I gotta put some distance between this. I'll bring it up another show. Take a note.
It'll be on our Patreon account. The story will be on our Patreon account.
Giant cock. Am I gay story later? Am I gay story? Okay.
Here we go. I think this one's all the way at the end, Suze. That Dr. Grant was right. Recently found in China, perfectly preserved dinosaur embryo that appears to have been just about to hatch from its egg. The scientists believe that the egg was fossilized after being buried by a mudslide or similar phenomenon that protected it from exposure to the elements as well as scavengers, and that it is likely an oviraptoroid theropod dinosaur. It's like a little, looks like a leathery chicken.
Hey,
with
isn't there an
bad
amazing
fur.
time-lapse video of them sort of like opening up this egg?
Actually, I don't know about that.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
From the late Cretaceous period, which lasted from about 145 to 66 million years ago. This was discovered, like I said, in the Guangzhou, city of Guangzhou in southern China. They noticed an avian tucking behavior, which I think is how birds tuck up in their egg, possibly originated among non-avian theropods, dinosaurs. Prior to the discovery, this posture was unrecognized in non-avian dinosaurs. What I really wanted to point out was just some of the comments in this article. One of the comments I read said, quote, "I'm still laughing. This simply proves there is no evolution since the Cretaceous period until the chickens. Now, with respect to this posture, the posture is the same then as it is now. The creator of this yingling and the chicken are the same."
Meaning the Earth is only 3,000 years old. My Christian friends are right.
Yes.
Fuck, I knew it. That good thing I accepted Jesus into my life twice.
3 times, I thought.
No, just twice. But I will. I'm sure I still have some. I'm not going to die till I do get like 5 more acceptances.
Solid.
Hey, maybe tomorrow Dusty Tuckness will ask me if I want to take Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
All right, what do we have for time? Oh, yeah, we got to get a couple. I think we're going to finish them. All right, India and animals. Year in 2021 proved bad from human-animal contact conflict point of view for tigers, leopards, and humans too. Oh, my. With 7 days to go for the year to end, 81 humans, 41 tigers, and 107. What's the hate with all the leopards? And 174 leopards have already died this year. Though, as per Forest Department's claim, 29 tigers and 153 leopards have died this year, according to data compiled by Wildlife Protection Society of India, the WPSI, which is a non-governmental organization working to tackle the country's growing wildlife crisis. 81 humans, Chandrapur 44, or 81 human kills, Chandrapur 44, and neighboring, I'm not going to say that because I'm going to mess it up, 16 in another city accounted for 60 deaths combined. Of the 60 victims, 47 were mauled by tigers and 10 by leopards, while 3 were attacked by an elephant or a wild boar.
Wow.
Imagine being attacked by an elephant. One area, Nashik, had reported 9 deaths in leopard attacks. Of the 41 tiger deaths recorded by the WPSI, Wildlife Protection Society of India, 20 died due to poaching, 12 were found dead, 2 died in road accidents, and 7 died in infighting.
Wait a second. So that's 41 deaths in a year? 41 tiger deaths
of tigers.
Because that's a Saturday night in Chicago.
Exactly. And by way of comparison, I think there are about 3,000 wild tigers in India. Expanding, that means it's expanding its forest cover, blah, blah, blah. 3,000 tigers in India. Of the 174 leopard deaths, 89 were found dead, 26 were due to poaching, 28 died in road and railway accidents, 20 in infighting. I think infighting is like...
How many of them died from COVID, and how many of them had comorbidities?
All of them. And the remaining deaths were due to attack by local villagers and killed during rescue operations. It is estimated that 12,000 to 14,000 leopards are in India.
Hey, it's impossible that none of those were COVID deaths. This thing jumps from animal to human with no problem. We have zoos in the United States full of animals with COVID, and they're just going to go out there and say that all of these tigers died from blah, blah. No, bullshit.
But most importantly, we can mitigate the problem if people wear masks, maintain restraint by not intruding into the space occupied by big carnivores.
Thank you. Do not walk into Taylor Self's house unannounced without a mask.
He will kill you.
Yes, he is a big, large carnivore, feline carnivore.
My dog would alert.
Yes.
What kind of dog do you have?
She's a little Little red healer.
Oh,
Hey,
cool.
he's fading. The show's gotten too long for Taylor. He is this is indicative of going to be why the games are going to be so difficult for him, because it's 15 events. This isn't a fucking 7 event. This is 20 articles, Taylor. We already
more than 20.
We let you eat and go on a bathroom break.
Dude, I have my articles pulled up, man.
All right.
Yeah, see, it's at least somebody pays attention. You told him not to even have the
We're
document.
drinking coffee.
Yes, I am.
It's true. We want to end on okay. Well, he does.
So exotic.
He
has all his teeth, man. He can't be on that show.
He's a pen pal to that guy now that he's in jail.
Have you guys
I
seen
think
this movie yet? Don't Look Up.
No, I haven't. Should we watch it?
Long.
I watched it last night. I thought it was pretty interesting. And then Magnus over here said, "Don't look up the movie that bashed Trump and COVID in different words." I disagree with that. I think it was more so like the whole deal of like, even in intimate danger, we still can't get our stuff. And by we, I mean the human race can't get our shit together enough to like figure out a problem. We just immediately divide and eat each other out. Not
Eat each other out.
Not in so much terms. I didn't mean.
What happens at the end? Does the planet die?
Don't give it away. No spoilers on this podcast.
Spoiler alert. What do you think? You think we could all unite as one to defeat a common towards a common cause or defeat a common enemy?
No
or do you
way.
think we all just?
Yeah, man, I have a coexist bumper sticker on my car.
Nice.
Okay. El Salvador and
The difference
abortions.
between a meteor and COVID is pretty huge. COVID kills fat people. Sorry, go on. Sorry, Hobart.
Authorities in El Salvador have freed 3 women who spent between 6 and 13 years in jail under the country's harsh anti-abortion laws after suffering miscarriages. The women had lost their fetuses due to alleged health emergencies during pregnancy. I'm not saying alleged because I don't believe it. I'm just saying alleged because it was in quotes in the article. It is a joy for all of us who have been fighting for the release of all women who have been unjustly imprisoned for suffering obstetric emergencies under this harsh and inhumane criminal law. El Salvador bans abortion in all cases, and terminating a pregnancy can send a woman to jail for up to 8 years. But judges often find women guilty of the crime of aggravated homicide instead, which can be punished by imprisonment up to 50 years. Through this article, I found another story about a woman who's been in prison for 30 years because of receiving an abortion. Many women are prosecuted after seeking medical help for complications in pregnancy on suspicion of having attempted an abortion. After a decades-long fight by women's rights advocates in Argentina, for example, the country's Senate in December legalized abortion, while Ecuador decriminalized abortion in cases of rape in April. The procedure is also legal in Uruguay, Cuba, as well as Mexico City and 3 Mexican states.
Dude, there's got to be a better way to enforce that law than imprisoning women. This is fucking nuts.
Yeah, I mean, if all of the details of these articles are true, they are pretty egregious. Like the one with the young woman, not now young, who has been in jail for 30 years because of her abortion. There was another one who was in similar 10, 15 years, and then these 3 all ranging from 6 to 13. But it does seem like in that area of the world, Latin America, South America, that a lot of the countries are starting to loosen up the restrictions and criminality around abortion.
It's such a tough. I don't think anyone's ever gotten an abortion and been like, hey, I'm really glad I had that experience.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And it's the same thing with like putting girls in jail. It's a little different. It's not the exact same thing. I apologize for saying that, but it's like prostitution's illegal. Should a 15-year-old girl go to jail for being a prostitute? Fuck no. Think she wants to be a prostitute? It's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Like it's just inhumane to do. It's not. It's bad for all of humanity to treat. We need to treat each other better.
Yep.
Agreed.
Okay.
And I think I know how we should do it.
Okay, good.
MDMA.
Oh.
Rick Doblin, who went on on to form the wonderful multidisciplinary association of psychedelic studies, provided Carol Rosen, a manager at an aerospace contractor, with 1,000 hits of MDMA, aka ecstasy. I believe this was back in the 60s or 70s, aka Molly, to bring to Moscow on a work trip. The plan, according to an article in the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists, was to give the psychedelic drug MDMA to Soviet scientists and military personnel set to negotiate with the U.S. President Ronald Reagan, in the 80s, thereby injecting empathy and cross-cultural understanding into the nuclear peace process. This article went on to say, to me, the story isn't ecstasy ended the Cold War, but instead something more like during periods of unusual uncertainty, people, ideas, and institutions that might ordinarily appear to be on the margins can become entangled with more familiar efforts, often in surprising ways. The potential of MDMA to mediate conflict seems to be something well worth researching. We know that the drug opens a space in which people can discuss difficult issues without being defensive, and that it promotes an almost instantaneous bond of trust between people. He says the overall goal is to have a more spiritualized humanity that can, instead of fighting each other, address our common challenges such as climate change and the rise of authoritarianism.
Ah, God, they almost had me. I was almost like, okay, they almost had me.
What got you?
I don't want to get into it on climate change.
Climate change?
Yeah, it's just like, it's just.
You don't leave your house a lot. You're not going to be taxed that much because you don't consume that much energy.
I got my own fucking well. I'm going to have my own soul. I'm going to be off the grid here soon. I'm going to get some chickens.
Something.
Go ahead.
That's going to get me canceled. If we go in the way of implementing some sort of like carbon use tax,
mm-hmm.
I really hope they tax. I shouldn't say that. Not that I hope. This is not a personal opinion of James Hobart. I'd be surprised if they don't tax families with children, because I don't see how a car has a larger carbon footprint than another human being.
Oh, just tax the shit out of people for how you have a kid and you're just fucked.
Yeah.
And you want that is what you were going to say.
No, I don't want that at all. I don't think that's the solution.
No, you started off saying that.
Yeah, I don't think that's the solution. But I think, if that's the way things are going to go, right?
No, you didn't change it because you didn't think it was a solution. It's because you didn't want to get canceled.
Yeah, I can't. Barbell jobs, hire me. But anyway, should we just end it there?
My wife's friend's daughter had to fly into us in Mexico City to do an abortion. She's 16. It's illegal where she lives. She had to go to Mexico. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because I believe it is legalized in 3 different states in Mexico.
Had yo shut it off about 25 minutes. All right.
He was talking about the
I know. I just wanted to read it like that.
Okay.
Let's see. India, animals. All we have left is Vladimir Putin or what Kamala Harris regrets.
Oh, man.
We could just wrap it up. It's a good day.
Look at, we have a like. Do you see this? We have a like on Facebook.
Yeah, we got it right at the start of the beginning.
Is that good?
I didn't know. Well, no one watches the show on Facebook. Like 99% of our listeners are me, you, and Matt and Taylor.
But even though no one watches it on Facebook, how many downloads have we had in the last 7 days?
Oh, that's funny. You should ask.
Another 1,000.
Let me see. 313,072 downloads on Apple's podcast platform in the last 7 days.
So, Sevan, you haven't done a one-on-one podcast with Taylor yet?
No. Oh. Well, what happened was
like Taylor. It sounds, not to tokenize you, it sounds like you have some interesting stories to tell.
What does that mean, tokenize?
Just like objectify him just for his experience.
Well, that is what we should do. I went through his Instagram.
I don't have anything on my Instagram, but I do have some interesting stories to tell.
No, you have something on your Instagram.
I don't have shit on my Instagram.
Somewhere recently.
If you do, Sevan will find it.
Do you have any tattoos, Taylor?
There's no story about me.
He's got one right on his arm, man.
Myself.
Let me see your tattoo on your arm real quick. Oh. And what's that say?
It says no fear. And it says it right ways up and then the other way.
Oh, shit.
It's one of those.
It's like a palindrome.
Yeah.
something like that, anagram kind of thing.
Wait, let me see that again. Can I see that one more time? Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, that's cool. Who drew that?
I drew it.
Wow. While you were in
really?
rehab. While you were in rehab.
No, I wasn't in rehab at that
Reading
time.
Dune.
I didn't read Dune in rehab. I was in rehab when I was 16. Isn't that crazy?
See, that's a story.
Hey, that's
I think when I was 16, my mom was still bringing me breakfast in bed.
My mom was not bringing me breakfast in bed.
And Sevan, if you follow that up with funny you say that your mom brings me breakfast in bed too, I will be pissed.
Funny you say that. That's interesting. That's kind of like Fraser's life. Basically, like I think by 17 he was a recovering alcoholic.
I didn't know that. I knew he was sober. I didn't know how old he was.
What was your poison?
Mostly alcohol and weed, but I dabbled in a few other things.
Did you ever do MDMA?
I never did MDMA.
Oh. And now do you not touch anything? Would you take, like, if you had to have your tooth pulled, would you let them shoot you up with something?
I actually didn't get any painkillers when I had my wisdom teeth taken out.
Because of that, right? Because of that, you don't want to be tempted to like fuck with anything.
It was probably more because I read the David Goggins book. I actually had knee surgery with that as well from the David, and a lot of people will say, do what your doctor tells you to do. I was trusting David Goggins over my doctor.
Hey,
who's gonna carry the boats, man?
Does Taylor kind of look like Donnie?
No, Donnie's head's a lot like he has like a skinny little head.
Okay,
and he's really short. Come on, man.
You know who Donnie is?
Yeah, he did
he did his level 1.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Well, I just remember I couldn't remember how he was brought up. I just remember I said he had a giant cack. And I don't know that for sure, but I know that's a pretty. Have you texted him during the show at all, Hobart, and said, "Hey,
I gotta hit him up."
Okay.
Yeah, I hit him up.
Tell him that Sevan's spreading vicious rumors.
I don't know if that's a vicious rumor.
I think I heard it described as a hammerhead.
This guy's comment: went to rehab at 19, got kicked out.
That's Colin. Don't feed the trolls.
Love that.
Hobart, how do you decide what stories not to share with us?
I mean, we only have 2 left. We're at 3 hours.
Let's talk about Putin.
Okay. Speaking during Putin's a boss. Not saying I endorse his tactics, but he clearly is doing something right to stay in power. Speaking during a marathon annual news conference, the Russian leader welcomed talks with the U.S. Cool. Which he said are set to start in Geneva next month as a positive move, positives in quotes, but warned that Moscow expects the discussion to produce quick results. We have clearly and precisely let them know that any further NATO expansion eastward is unacceptable. So I believe Putin's referring to contesting over the area that is Ukraine. Putin believes that Ukraine, a country of 44 million people that was previously part of the Soviet Union, should be subservient to Russia. I don't know if those were his words. The article's words. The two countries share a 1,200-mile border as well as a cultural and linguistic ties, which many Ukrainians think Putin exaggerates. I didn't speak to any personally, but I know a couple. But instead of aligning itself with Russia, Ukraine has shifted toward the West, including toppling of a Putin-backed leader in 2014. Ukraine's current president, Vladimir Zelensky, has pushed back against Russia's attempts to expand its influence.
Wait a second. Their leader's name is Vladimir, and someone's denying a cultural connection?
Well, no, they didn't deny. They said Putin exaggerates the cultural.
Isn't his name Vladimir Putin?
Well, this guy, his Vladimir Putin, this is Volodymyr, Volodymyr. I could pronounce it.
Yeah, Volodymyr and Vladimir are brothers. They're twin brothers. That's why
like James and John.
Yeah.
So Putin went on to say, is it us who are putting missiles near the U.S. borders, stating that NATO forces, U.S. forces are mobilizing troops, military resources into Ukraine? He says, no, it's the U.S. who came to our home with its missiles. It's already on the threshold of our home, Is it some excessive demand not to place any strike weapons systems near our home, says Putin. The U.S. and its allies have said they won't give Russia the kind of guarantee on Ukraine that Putin wants. American officials are conferring with European allies in advance of the Geneva talks. Putin accused the West of trying to make Ukraine anti-Russia, constantly beefed up with modern weapons and brainwashing the population, which, if all the stuff around the Russian troll farms are true, is kind of a funny statement. Putin, who is set to attend the Winter Olympics in China early next year, also criticized the U.S. political boycott of the Beijing Games, describing it as a mistake and part of efforts by Washington to contain China's growing might.
What do you think about boycotting the Olympics?
I don't even know who watches the Olympics anymore, so I don't think a lot about it.
So do you watch the Olympics, Taylor?
No, I don't.
Do you, Matt?
No, only the weightlifting.
No, he doesn't,
usually.
man. I don't even watch the weightlifting.
Really?
No,
I knew
who
a guy
cares about the
competing.
Olympics? I mean, hey, athletes, amazing job. Keep it up.
In one of the interviews that Dusty Tuckness does, and he's on the show tomorrow morning, one of the host of the podcast he's on said, "Hey, so what do you think about the Olympics?" And he goes, "Oh, I haven't been watching it." And he goes, "No?" And he goes, "No, I've been really watching a lot of the CrossFit Games." Was that last year or the year before the CrossFit Games were on at the same time as the Olympics? When was that? Do you remember that?
I
vaguely remember that.
I think that was last year.
That's pretty cool.
It's great.
It's very cool. Okay, what was the takeaway of that Vladimir Putin article? Just that they want to be friends and they want to talk, but there's no one to talk to because what's his name? Our president's damaged goods.
Putin is sure making it sound like that. Yeah.
I mean, who would he talk to? I think the
takeaway from that article is it'd be great to hear from Ukraine about what they want to do, not what NATO, US, or Russia wants Ukraine to do. But I could be way off on that.
Wow. So you're saying that you didn't ask Cassandra's parents if you could marry her. You asked Cassandra. You cared what she thought.
Exactly.
You're old fashioned.
Yeah.
Or no.
But also in 2024, Joe Biden will be 82. So I think he said he intends to run as long as he's in good health. So that would be great to have an 82-year-old president.
Long live Joe.
All right.
I heard Jimmy Carter's going to run again.
The Rock. It's going to be
Is
The
it
Rock.
too much
baby.
to ask? Can we just get a 60-year-old president, please? Like, why is that so hard?
Why so young? 60? No.
Yeah, too young, man. Let's get someone in there who you probably wouldn't trust tying their own shoes or watching your kids or changing your grandson's diaper.
Dude, I want to see. I want to see a fucking pay-per-view event between Jimmy and Joe Biden. I want to see these guys fight.
Joe Biden has better teeth. President Biden.
Hey, Jimmy Carter has better morals and ethics and integrity. Man, he's fucked up looking. What happened to him?
That was after his last pay-per-view fight with one of the Logan brothers.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. This one, my mom's gonna get. This one, I'm gonna get talked to.
Crap.
Yep, it happens.
It's gonna end.
Well,
had a good
can't
thing
wait till
going.
Taylor gets banned from the CrossFit Games.
Dude, don't ban me.
Won't be me.
50jobs.com.
That was a good show, guys. We got through a lot of news.
Wait, let's do the last one. We did it. We did it.
That was it. That was the best one.
That's it.
Yeah, gotta end on a high note.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carter lives in a $167,000 house. I bet you it costs more for the Secret Service to protect them than that.
Yeah.
Taylor, is there anything you'd like to plug? Like, do you have a sponsor yet or anything like that, or a gym or
Victory Grips?
No, he had to pay for those.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Dave Taint said, "Hey, Sevan, I turn a lot of people onto your show. I respect you and your efforts. You got balls and you give a shit. That's why it took balls to have Taylor on.
Oh, man. Well, Taylor, good luck down in Wodapalooza. Excited to watch you compete.
Thank you.
Taylor, you gonna let me bug you for an interview while we're out there?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Taylor,
Tell coach down there at CrossFit Charlotte. I say, hey,
will you finish better than Colten Mertens?
Yeah.
James said it. That's good enough for me.
Wow.
Good man, Taylor. Good man.
See you guys.
Bye. He checked out 30 minutes ago. Colton's gonna fuck him up.
You think?
And
fuck yeah.
That's why I defended him, because I knew you were gonna be riding Colton harder than.
Let me tell you something.
Jimmy Tuckness rides a bull.
Let me tell you something. There's going to be some event where he's competing, standing right next to Taylor Self, and like as Colton crosses the finish line, it's gonna blow wind on Taylor, and like kind of like drag him across the finish line too. That's how fast Colton moves.
Like a vortex.
Yes.
We'll see.
Taylor will go to the games too. They'll both go to the games this year. Taylor and Colton.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see Taylor showcase at the Wodapalooza. And to his defense, this podcast is long. We've had a lot of training doing these 3-hour ones. You know, we built the volume.
Yeah.
So the fact that he hang in, that was right about when Emily kind of went, it was like the 2-hour 30 mark.
It's hard. I mean, even me, I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
And we didn't get too ranty. I thought we did good getting through some stories.
Good. You brought a lot of great material, and not only the stories, but just you tonight on fire.
Damn, thanks. Well tell me more.
Well done.
No.
So, Mom, what do we got going on tomorrow?
Yes, Dusty Tuckton. Oh, do you want to hear the schedule next week before I get off?
Yeah, lay it on me, because actually we got to talk about my schedule next week.
Oh, we got. Are you going to be here Sunday?
I'm flying actually out to California
on Sunday.
So, unless you want to do a show straight from your house.
What time are you flying out to California?
I think I'll land at like noon. I'll let you know.
Okay. Tomorrow we have Dusty Tuckness on at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys really want to see that show, even if you don't get to do it live. Then we have Jeffrey Adler on at 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Jeffrey Adler I think he is in contention to have the throne someday. He might be like the new Panchik or Ben Smith kind of character, but man, he's impressive everywhere he goes these days. And then on the Wednesday, the 29th, we're having a repeat guest, a friend of mine, Sherman Merricks. He's in
cool.
You know him?
Yep.
He's an affiliate.
Acquainted just through the internet. Don't know each other terribly well. We had a little Zoom call to just chit chat. Cool guy.
Yeah, he a affiliate owner, family man, business entrepreneur, and basically I like him because I think he's a good role model for humanity. Like he gives me faith and hope. He takes care of his family. He takes care of his finances. He's good to people around him. He's just a good dude.
He's proud to share it. He does set a good example.
And then on Thursday, we don't have anything because Sousa's not doing his job. And on the 31st, we don't have anything because Sousa's not doing his job. So you might get stuck with a live call-in show.
Damn.
No, we got to get a UFC fighter or someone on Thursday, right?
Yeah, we got lots of people on the hook. We got lots of people on the hook.
You got to get Taylor on for a podcast.
I do.
Huge fan of supporting stories of sobriety.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's cool.
And just self-improvement and personal accountability and personal responsibility. He's a good dude.
And you got to ask him why and how he got knee surgery without getting any sort of painkiller, because that's legit.
Yes. Yeah. And him and Hopper have an interesting relationship.
Clearly.
Is OPT coming? I haven't invited him back on, but if he would like to come back on.
He's too busy individualized training.
I would love. God damn it.
Yeah, you're
sorry. Shoot, I stopped saying that.
I'm here.
Now it came back. Caleb, cut that from the show. What is this? Is there a pit? All right. I think we're done. 3 hours and 7 minutes. What's this? Yes. This guy. It's a little late in the show to be plugging them.
Giga Chad.
So I do take that. I do take beef liver. I don't know if I take beef organs, but I take beef liver. And there's this one testicle one I take. Keep going. I don't take the thyroid. I've taken a jar of the heart.
Spleen.
I haven't done the spleen. I've done the bones and marrow.
I want to take one.
Hey, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna take this, you know what you do? Get on carnivore diet huge. You probably can't because you want to be a games dude and you need that explosive.
I actually started training again, so yeah.
Oh, tell me about that real quick.
Ooh.
Oh, beef lung, I've done that. Tell me about your training.
It's not that interesting. I'm just trying to actually train consistently and train more and target weaknesses because I really want to win the Masters division. But
what does training look like for you? Do you do like, is it the same volume? Obviously, probably not the same volume.
Not even fucking close.
Like
and I would say it's like, you know, it's so funny. I've been doing this thing back and forth, like this thing of like, you know, people do this soul searching and they're like, you know, I'm just a really obsessive personality. So I have to be really careful about like how I do things and, you know, just be really moderate and watch what I do. And I've been struggling with that for years. And recently I was like, I'm an obsessive personality. So fuck it. I'm going to be obsessed and just let it run. Cause it's like, it's just so much extra, you know? So it's like, when I get in the gym, I'll just train till I don't want to train and then I'll be done for the day, but no more parameters, no more whatever. It's like, I go in, I start going, because I have a really hard time with like, hey, if you're gonna do it, why not do it to be the best at it? Like I just don't think I'll ever be someone who, unless I'm older, where I'm just like, yeah, I like to exercise because it's just you know, the sweat and it makes me feel good about myself and the hormones. Like that's just not me.
Does it stress you out if you start like missing too many days or missing too many things that you want to do during the week just because other stuff gets in the way?
It does if I try and compartmentalize it. But when I go in with the attitude of like, okay, I'm going to just start training now and I'm going to train until I'm done and feel like I'm kind of fed up with it or tired out, I don't feel like that as much. And also it's just realistically with other things I want to do personally, just like everybody else, it's okay if it doesn't happen. Like there's just a lot of other shit to fit in.
Really? It is like that? But I just thought you said you wanted to win. That doesn't comport.
I do want to win. Because I think winning Masters doesn't take the psychotic level of obsession that it does to win team or individual.
Do you follow I think it's like program?
No. I mean, like I do a lot of main site programming.
Right.
I do a lot of that, but I pretty much do all my own stuff on top of that. No, Mayhem is not programming for me. Rich is not programming for me, but they do good stuff.
I'm getting mixed signals from him, Souza. Let's pretend like he can't hear us and talk for a second.
Okay.
So he opens up with, okay, I'm okay with being obsessive compulsive about it. Fuck it. Like, I'm not going to try to like modulate or mitigate, or I'm just going to go. And then this other side is just like, it's kind of like whatever.
No, it's not like that. You misinterpret it. It's just like, if I do miss a day, like I realize like not training a day is probably beneficial for me because it's actually going to let my body rest and recover. It's more of like, I've just gotten out of this idea of like, well, you should really only be training once a day. And, you know, like just that kind of stuff. Like I'm just going to go into the gym regularly, train as much as I want, and I'll figure everything else out.
And how do you feel?
I feel good, man. Honestly, it's funny. It's exercise training for me. Like, and that's the way I look at it. It's like, I don't like to say like exercise. I don't like to exercise. I like to train for a specific goal. I feel 1,000 times better when I do it.
So what's the difference? How would you feel better? I mean, I know the motivation is different, but why would you feel different?
Because when I don't do it, or if I'm like, I'm going to confine it only to this certain amount of time, or I'm going to pass it up because I want to do something else, I just don't feel as good. I feel like I'm denying myself something.
Who's the with Casper Bauer gone? Is it a slam dunk or no?
No, I don't think it's a slam dunk because a lot of guys come up. I even think the guys that were there last year were all really good athletes.
Who comes up? Is there anyone we know who could come up?
I think Paul Trombley is going to compete in my division this year. The 35 division this year. You know, and a lot of the guys that were there last year were really good.
He's too big. He's too big to beat
Dan
you.
Bailey.
Are you going to compete?
Adrian
against
Conway
Dan?
still supposedly, yeah. Adrian Conway hopefully will compete again. Had a blast competing against him last year. So
Sevan has assumed his JO position. What's that? Jack off?
Yep.
This show. All right.
Let's land the plane.
That's what what's his name used to say.